Zertion tries to keep that pressure up, but then just gives man advantage back over to the Falcons side, or rather, the evened out 3v3. FaMAS, it's gonna be good enough. Brolin catching the kill to connector. That's gonna cut off bomb temporarily. And as Torji still awaits his target inside of A site, you're just not gonna see anything yet.
Yeah, you do need a big mistake out of this. There's gonna be no ops coming in to hold CT spawn. Plant won't be free either, and the bomb's awkwardly in connector.
They don't want to give over another kill the way that Zertion stepped into middle and died. m0NESY eating a flash. Very uncomfortable here. Still has 60 health to work with, but that layered mouse defense out towards middle still gives enough time. Kixan tries to chase it down. Oh, it's close. Oh, it's really close.
I think he's got it.
They're rushing him down. He'll cut down a player, and that's going to flush them off. Jimmy standing at the end of this one guarantees Mouse's 6th.
Good example of why material advantage matters a lot. Like, there was no way to counter that play. Brolin knows he can just die and win. But 3 times now we're seeing Falcons struggling to get the bomb down on the A site safely. They're kind of just closing their eyes and hoping in some of these plants.
Sorry, Bookie.
And that is just so many rounds on the board here for Mouse.
Lúc này là ô má tay này ra biểu nữa ra biết lúc nào mình nè biểu chui
By coming back, it's going to be just fine.
nó chẳng phải đâu mà luôn rồi
For Falcons.
cái này quan nào ta à là đấy cái này quan ta bôi biển này nó chỉ để mình đi vào này thằng sao này à thằng sao vậy à biểu nó ở đây chỉ xong rồi ạ hot the low
m0NESY's major, and I mean this is a kid 2024. It was like big events were the place that he delivered the most. This year it's been the opposite.
Yeah, no. Mouse got a big one. Bookman, I leave it. Bookman, Ted, oh man.
We're gonna be watching it all night long. Well, you don't get to watch it very long, do you?
Torji with fans is a different.
Cũng như là đi con đi lên mình join nào, đi đâu mà mình join này, đấy vậy chứ. Blue champion people still ra jam này, cut it.
Feels like he's enjoying the limelight. Both ops with a good spawn take that fight towards mid.
Lấy mấy nó cắt hơi bị no buy mà. Trong cái này mà. Cũng mà bia là chỉ xong hốt đấy. Cũng mà sao lại là stream mà. Bộ xí à bôi lên bia đi. Xí à bôi lên bia đi.
Careful though. I mean, Torji could die to this palace push.
Absolutely, and he's making a fast
step. Yep, Kyosuke is going to jump on that. Finds it.
Let's move it out there.
Brolin went for that ramp push.
It's a little awkward though, because the T's that are rerouting are.
Chào một quá, bên có mình lâu này rồi. Bên có mình lâu này, ông chào lại à. Hey, that's true. Clean phi à rồi. Hey, that's true.
They've given Jimmy the keys to say whatever you
brother.
want on B side, but we're going to focus on this side of the map, and it's the right move.
Ba the cast that map mà bảo biểu là. Lúc kia mà giải rồi bốn trăm lẻ, chứ không thu này chào, đi có biết được chống này biết mà. Bộ quên lẽ. Tôi biết à, đi qua ha, test là zero kì rồi, quên lẽ. Okay, đi qua cho nó đào 1 versus 2, nó 3 million đấy, thấp biết rồi, cho nó performance thấp giá mà.
2 kills into the round, looking for a 4K total.
See some good rifle work from him already this map.
Tucks into the
round. Nico yếu ra là rồi.
Just sits here, gives time over to Mouse, lets them.
Nico yếu ra là rồi.
They're a little bit worried as to where he's gotten off to, but that smoke on site has faded. Spinks has been towards.
Nico mới yếu nằm ngoài đấy.
And Nico searing the rumblings of this retake.
À, mỹ lòng mà chỉ biểu ngoài rồi.
They're defusing this bomb.
À, Nico yếu cái sao mà bảo là hả là. Bây giờ không có nhìn thấy bóng mà chỉ xong rồi. Chắc là chỉ làm. Và đến site thế là quên ra rồi đấy. Đúng rồi, chỉ là quên ra cái nhà VPN lưu làm lưu đó, era test là khai quên chỉ làm nó.
To expose their flaws and make them make up for what they're lacking in individual one-to-one comparisons in team play. And that Molly lands in the perfect spot. I mean, they could have just offhanded it, but it was impossible to counter there for Nico.
Lâm bảo nó đi bắt đầu để giấy sao mà đuổi đấy. À chứ đâu.
I don't know if they just found that Molly too. I swear I looked.
Telegram group ngoài nào đấy? Nó đi mà bé à? Nó đi mất luôn rồi, cô này manually. Cho nó sao bà bị cái mẹ à? Rồi sao lấy ai bị? À rồi cô nào? Why is the screen ပြမှာအော်အဲ့လိုရှိပါနော်စပါပြီခင်ဗျာအဲ့ကျွန်တော်ပို့လေးရှိတယ် brother ဝင်သားမလား group လေးကိုအဲ့ဆို note က manually note ဖြစ်တဲ့အတွက်အဆင်ပြေရောဒီမှာ Telegram group လေး
Yeah, this is a couple of big misses actually. He walked right through that smoke and there was someone watching and waiting for that smoke push.
အဲ့လိုပဲလောက်ကရှုပ်တယ်ဆက်ပေါ့အတွင်းစားနဲ့ပွဲမကြည့်ရသေးဘူးစစ်စစ်တန်တယောက်လောက်ခန့်အောင်မယ်တော့ချောချောလေးခန့်မှာနော်ဘဲတွေမခန့်အောင်ပွဲစားနဲ့ caption ဟောပင် comment ပင် message ဒီ page မှာ reply ပြန်တာတော့ချောချောလေးခန့်မယ်ဇုလာလျှောက်လိုက်တော့အဲ့ဆိုရင်ကျော်ဖုံးမှာပဲရမှာနော်မှုံနေအောင်ချုံးမှာရမှာအဲ့ရပြီတို့ရဲ့ကောင်မလေးကို page မှာ model role model သုံးမှာဟုတ်လားအဲ့စမ်းတော့ကြက်တွေဟာရိုက်စမ်းတောင်းနိုင်တယ်အတန်ထွက်တာဒါဆိုအေးချက်လောက်တာမရိပစ်တာအသိငယ်တော့အဲ့လိုပါထည့်ထားတယ်ဟာ95.5 okay လေ bro
Don't help anyone.
ရဲပါစင်းဟိုပါလေလုံးကြော်မဟုတ်လုံးကြော်လုံးကိုမဖြုတ်ဒီကအိုးကိုဖြတ်မယ်လက်ကြော်ပဲကြံအောင်တော့ညာလက်စမင်းနဲ့ပိုးစီးနေရောဒီကဒုတ်တွေပဲကိုလေလာလျှောက်လိုက်တယ်ဟုတ်တယ် assistant တယောက်ဝဲလာနဲ့မကြည့်ရအောင်စစ်မကြိုက်ဘူးလေ
Not a comfortable place to be in after so many rounds won, but cut down in those retakes.
Here's a defining moment then. Big chance for Falcons. That's an early stack towards B. The split's coming in as well. Looks like they're reading this right.
Nade off the wall, drop down in with the MAC-10. Make the best of the little guns, and now Xertion pressured, has to deliver something, and he will go into the night empty-handed. Totally just overwhelmed inside of that B bomb site. Falcons, that is a fresh.
Look at body kind of ဖိမပြောင်းနေဟာတက်နေပါလန်ဟိုငင်းလီတာလဲရမှာစီကိုစီကြောက်ရိုက်ပြလိမ့်မယ်
Even though Mouse were loosely aware that this was going to be a B play, they had
ဟိုတက်မလားပြောမယ်ဆိုရင်တော့
you know, a third player to support a pistol. And it was a moment where they were also just hoping they'd have a second to maybe look for a pick first. So
အဲ့ဒါမွဲနေကြွက်က
move for Falcons, 5 up for now.
ဟမှာစတိုက်နိုင်မွဲတယ်နော်သိလားစတိုက်နိုင်ပြီးတော့လူမသိမှရအဲ့ဒါလဲ CS ရဲ့ဟိုတက်မှာ algorithm တခုပဲစတိုက်နိုင်ပြီးတော့ man advantage တော့ပေးလို့မရအောင်ငါတို့မပြုတ်စေနဲ့အဲ့မှာ network ကြံမှာနှုတ်ဆိုအစပြန်ဝင်ရတာ
And then suddenly now you've got a situation where a team's forcing up, they have to save next round.
နိုင်ပါဖြစ်လဲဆိုကင်လာတဲ့ဂန်တွေက very odd ဖြစ်လာတယ် off ကလူသက်မှာတကောင်းမှ100ရတာ9កောင်သက်မှာ900ရတာနောက်ဘောင်းကရုံးလို့ loss ball နဲ့900နဲ့ပေါင်းတယ်ဖင်မှာကြောင်အကျွတ်ပါကျွတ်တော့driver 300ပဲရတယ်ဒီကောင်နေအဲ့ဒါတွေပဲကင်တော့မှာလေအဲ့ဒါတွေလေးဈေးကြီးတယ်နိုင်တော့ဖိဆော့နိုင်ဖို့အတွက် driver နဲ့3000 AK ဆို2500အာမာ3000ခုနေအဲ့လိုမျိုးဒီ shot သူတို့တရောင်းနိုင်မှာ3500ရတာအဲ့လိုမျိုးစီဖို့တဖြူမဖြူပေါ်မူတည်ပြီးတော့အဲ့ချိန်မှာဘာဖြစ်လဲဆိုတော့ loss ball နဲ့က1400ပဲရတယ်စတိုက်နိုင်နေနဲ့နော်ဖြတ်ပြီးတရောင်းရှုံးလိုက်1400ပဲရတာ1400နဲ့ rifle တက်တဲ့ gear ကတကောင်345နဲ့ပဲချီးပါပြောင်းတော့ right that 7 is almost can တန်ထွက်နေရပြရင် baby go တွေအတုတ်တွေလုံနေတကယ် baby go က 3D နဲ့တက်သွားပြီဒါစွန့်ဘုတ်ကြီး baby ဘုတ်ဘာလဲဒီ fan နဲ့လေးတိုက်သားကောင်းတာဟိုဘာကြိုက်လဲအားချစ်စောဟိုဘာပဲကြိုက်တာနော်ပင်းဂိမ်းမင်းကနှိမ့်နေလိုက်တယ်ပိတ်တိတ်ဘာဖြစ်သွားလဲအော်ဟဲ့သွားတော့ဘာမကျန်တော့ဖင်အိုက်ပြီတော်ရ Yes, I did not hear the fan. I want to see fan. You know what? People mode. If I don't let nine. Oh, don't want to German. No, what German? How the? How do I be fine? What did I visit your wine? What do you go for? မဲ့3 နဲ့တက်တဲ့အချိန်မှာ3-1နဲ့မေဂျာဝင်းနဲ့ဖြစ်နိုင်မယ်ထင်လို့လားဒီချိုလက်ချိုပါပဲဒီဆိုဗျာတို့ဆိုတာမျိုးဒီကိုပြောတာလားဗျာဘယ်လိုဒီလဲပြောရတယ်ရှိနေတတ်တာပဲเนาะဒါကိုကြည့်ရတာလေရုပ်ရဲ့ဘေးအိမ်ကအတော်ကြီးနဲ့ဟာတို့ရချက်ခေါ်ခဲ့ပါလားဟိုသားမိမြန်တော်နေမလားမသိဘူးချက်မိတ်ဆက်ပေးလေမလို့ရဲဆရာလေစတော့စနပ်ပြိုးတာလေဒါပေမဲ့သိတယ်ဝင်ကြည့်တာမလို့လားရုံးကန်လိုက်ရတာမသိလိုက်ဘူးအဲ့လိုမောက်စကတကယ်စုံစမ်းနေရနော်ရီဇာရဲ့ဖုန်ဘက်ရဲ့ပဲရှိတယ်အာဒါ CS ရဲ့တဲဝဲနဲ့ဟိုမှာဘရာဇီးကဖြူရီယာလည်းကြည့်အောင်လေလုတ်ပြလိုက်တာနဲ့အုပ်လုံးထနေအင်ကြီးတကူလို့ရှုပ်ပါနေရပဲဒီနားတိတ်မဖြစ်ဘူးလေတဲ့3D ဆိုတာအင်တာဒိတာပါဗောအင်တာဒိတာပါဗောသူအဲ့လိုဆိုမစိုးပါဘူးဖက်ကွန်သူစီကြောက်ပြီးတိုင်းအောင်ခေါ်ပြီးကြောက်လဲကြောက်တယ်ပါဟာတိုင်ဘယ်လိုပြတ်သွားဘူးလဲလိုက်စတိုင်းဟာမမတယ်ဝလက်ဟိုလိုက်စတိုင်းရတော့ဆိုပါ damn bro ဘယ်လိုပြတ်သွားလေးလုံးလေးတော့โอเคကစ်ချန်နေเนี่ยနောက်ကပတ်လာတဲ့ဘော်တော်လဲစောက်ရင်းတော့ချက်ဖြတ်ပြီးတော့ဩ reaction ကောင်းသွားတာ1 HP တဲ့1 HP ဖြစ်မှန်းတော့လုံးဝ speed
This clutch is now impossible.
Yeah, I mean the fact is Torzi has the
1 HP နော်
from this angle.
ဂျင်မီရဲ့ CD သွားပြီတော်စီက high mix ကိုချိန်လာတယ်
And Kixan with a molly, you know, he could force a peek, but it's got to be first bullet edge shots right now.
He's got the time to try to walk around and catch somebody off. It's him.
မောက်ကအဲ့လို ESL Pro League လို့ပါတော့လုံဝဲမှုပဲဘယ်လိုတို့တွေကိုနေရာဖယ်ပေးလိုက်ဖယ်ပေးပါလား
A 4-round streak out of Falcons, but that'll cut them. 4 on the attack is all Falcons.
တက်တက်ရကြနှိမ်ကန်လိုက်ရတယ်လို့ပြောသူဘာလို့လူမျိုးများရမင်းဆွေးမှလည်းသူဝိုင်းထရိုးနေရဟာစနိုးကချစ်မွေးမမပါတာစနိုးအော်နဲ့ဒွန်းအော်တာနဲ့တော့မတူဘူးလေဒွန်းအော်တာဟာမိုက်တယ်ဝိုင်းတယ်ဟိုက်တယ်စနိုးအော်တာစောက်ပြေကပ်ဖို့ကောင်းတယ်လို့မျိုးဒီလိုအကြီးပြေးလာတယ်လူတွေတင်းသူမဟာတယ်ချင်းအဲ့ဒါစောက်ခဏလေးဖတ်လိုက်အောင်အေးတော်လူနဲ့တော့မတူပါနဲ့ဖေးရပြန်ပြီစောဖြောင်းတဲ့ရုပ်ကို oh my god ဝစ်စဆုံးပါရီတော့ပြရသေးဖေးရတယ်သူရတွေ့မယ်အခုတော့ဝူကောင်းတော့ရွာတာပေါ့ဖြူရီရတယ်ဘာလဲအချိန်မ train မဲ့ PUBG ဆိုပြီးဖေးရတယ်ခံမော်တယ်အဲ့ဒါလည်းဟုတ်တယ်ဒီလေအဲ့ဒါပြောတာလေဖြူရီရတယ်တကယ်ရှိခဲ့တာဟုတ်တယ်အဲ့ကသာလေကြောစမ်းအပေးတော့အဲ့တော့ဘယ်ကောင်ရိုက်မယ်တင်ပြီးတော့မောင်းရိုက်နေရလေဘရိုရိုက်အဓိကရအောင်ပဲအမေလည်းနေသေးတယ်မဲ့တက်ကြွကစဘယ်ကြည့်ရမလဲလဲရအောင်ဟုတ်ပါရဲ့ဟိုကျတဲ့တနေ့ပြန်လာခဲ့ပဲဗျာ you right backမင်းငါနဲ့ပါပြောတော့စထည့်ပြီးတယ်စနိုးကလား19လား20လားမသိလောက်ပဲရှိသေးစနိုးကဒွန်းထက်ကြီးရဆောင်း20လောက်လဲကျန်းလာမယ်နေဆောင်းမဟုတ်ဘူးအဲ့လိုကြမ်းမလို့ဖြစ်နေရဟိုစဉ်းစားနေရတခုကလည်းရှိရလေဖလားလည်းရမ်းများနေရောဗျာတမန်ရှောက်လူလိုက်လို့ရှိရင်ကျန်တဲ့လူတွေမရဘူးဆိုဟာပေးလိုက်တော့ vitality ကနှလုံးတွေပါရပါတကယ်ရင်တော်လည်းနေယူနေအဲ့ vitality ဘယ်ရမလဲဟိုရသေးခြင်းလို့ပါစိတ်ကြတယ်
stats have been up and down, but his overall output, it seems he's definitely taken to the crowd. Some crumble when they've got too many fans out there cheering for
ဘယ်တော့မှပြန်လာမှာမဟုတ်ဘူးဟမ်ဖြစ်ရတယ်မောက်ဆိုလူကြိုက်နေကြရလေ
Kind of going under the radar in that first half too was Brolin's successful opening duels. 9 kills on the half, 5 successful opening kills.
that last round was
big on him.
Perfect.
မောက်ဆိုလူကြိုက်နေမှာပေါ့မောက်ဆိုလူကြိုက်စရာကောင်းလည်းမပါဘူးလေ
Taking a look into the apartments while we get fueling a fake
မောက်ဆိုတကယ်ကို fan favorite တကယ်ကိုမဖြစ်တာမောက်ဆိုကိုယ်လည်းမကြိုက်မောက်ဆိုတရားဝမ်းမှာကောင်းတယ်လို့မြင်နေပေမဲ့ mention ခေါ်ရလို့တဲ့အထိကိုအဲ့လိုမျိုးသိပြီးတော့တွေးထဲမှာရှိနေတယ် I bet Jan on it.
The newest piece of Falcons trying to step up. What a snapshot over into Jimmy. Man advantage back for the Falcons. Xerxes got the rebuttal. Another challenge into the window. This would be a lot of runway for Mouse at the start of a critical T side.
Crowd control is fan favorite တွေမပါဘူးဒါနော်အရင်တော့ Jimmy ကကျမ်းမလို့ဖြစ်သွားသေးတယ်တော်တော်ကျမ်းတယ် Jimmy လွှဲလိုက်တာနည်းနည်း high အောင် Nico တက်ဆောင်ပွဲပဲ
Quad kill on the line here for Nico. Xerxes thinking about the swing. Decides to tuck back into the corner, and Nico closing that gap slowly. Quad kill by Xerxes again at the top of the board for Mouse.
He was on it.
Nico တက်ဆောင်ပွဲပါတော့ဆောင်ပွဲမအောင်
Ran by window, instant
ဟိုလေးပေးတော့
a 4K close
ဟိုလေးတဲ့ပေါ်တော့မလုပ်ရတော့
a lot of those shoulder
ဒီလိုတော့စားထည့်ပြီတဲ့ဘာလို့ထည့်တာလဲဟို bro အဲ့ထဲအင်ဂျင်ဝတ်သားထည့်ပြပါလားဟုတ်ပါဘူးဘုန်းကြီးကြောင့်လည်းဖြစ်ပါဗလားမဟုတ်ပါတူပါဘုန်းကြီးကြောင့်လည်းစေးသိတယ်
All for naught because the other two players that are there with Chaosuke both get killed.
It shows you that aim
ဟိုစီနဲ့မမေချာဆိုရတာအမှန်ဟုတ်တယ်ထည့်ပြီတယ်အဲ့ဒီထဲမှာလည်းပုံစံအမှန်ကိုဒီပါ hat trick broki မှာကမာကဒီကျင်နေဟာပေးဆိုတော့အသုံးစင်းတော့ဟာပေးလိုက်တာတကယ်တော့ဒီဘာတော့မနဲ့ကြိုက်စရာပါသေးရဲ့ဟုတ်ပါခုမှကတော့ပြင်ပြန်ကြမဟုတ်သူလေဖဲကိုရေးတယ်ပြည့်ရတာကားတိုက်တယ်ဒီနေ့လေးကမို့မရလေးတော့တော့စိတ်ကတော့ခရီးသားပေါ့စေတဲ့လေကြီးတို့ကြီးကိုစားရနိုင်အောင်ပြန်ကမ်းမတိုင်းမှာမရှိအဲ့ကြောင့်လည်းမကြိုက်ရလေကြီးတို့ကြီးပေါ့ what the fuck အကျချက်တာနေပဲကောပြန်လာပါအောင်ဒီကိုစောဘောအဲ့ကောင်တားရောက်ပြောတယ်ကောနေအောင်ကြောက်နေဒီလိုပေးတယ်လာမတွေ့နဲ့တော့လာပြီးတော့သွားတွေ့တယ်ပေးပါလေကတ်တော့တယ်ဥပတ်သွားလားဘယ်သေးတော့ကြာမစားတဲ့သူတဲ့ကအဲ့ဒါပြစိုးတော့နိုင်ကြရဲ့ပြစိုးတော့ငါတော့နိုင်တာဟုတ်ပါပေးလိုက်ယူတယ်ဟဲ့ဖင်ရတယ်
a ladder player or something like that. Yosuke does his best effort getting that deagle kill, and it gets scary, but it's a
ဂျီမီကသူပြစ်လို့တေသွားမှတော့မသိဘူးဟဲ့အရင်နေမြင်သွားဟိုနေချက်တူနေတဲ့ကျောစုကနေချက်ဝယ်ပေးလိုက်ပါအောင်အစိတ်ရတယ်
can't sweat him. You got to now think about this rifle. This is what matters for Falcons.
နေချက်မပါဘူးတင်နေဖက်ကောင်မလာစာတိတ်မရရှာဘူး
Almost caught with that thing unprepared for the peak. And then we get Nico and Monesi to establish a Falcons advantage. Jump out from the window. Again, Mouse just trying to take this one by storm. And over towards the mark.
ဆက်ဆက်ရပိုတက်ချင်းနေပုံကြီးရတော့တယ်
Gets the best of Tessess. Nades in hand.
ဟာရောက်ရင်ဒီလိုကိုင်ရဟဲ့ပြတယ်သေသွားမှာချို့ဟာကြောင့်ရဲတော့ကျန်းတယ်
Down to 68 health.
3v3
Tees in the corner.
ဖက်ကောင်ကဒီ round မှာရှုံးသွားတော့အာရောက်ရေးစမင်းသွားပြီးရရှော့ဒီမှာရှုံးသွားတော့
This post plant.
ကြီးကြီးသွားပြီအဲ့ဒါနဲ့ပါရိုက်တာမောက်စာမောက်ရဲ့ level မှာရှိမနေတော့ဘူးကြာဖက်ကောင်ကသူတို့ပစ်တာရတယ်ပြီးတော့မက်ကို
And touching inside of that smoke in a moment. Bench player down. Torji 1v3 tonight. Odyssey comes out with big impact. And Falcons find their fifth early.
သူတို့ကခုမှဆက်ရှိပေးတာဟုတ်လား
Each kill is fantastic, and I'm sure
မောက်ကအင်ဂျင်နဲ့ဟိုနေ့ကမီလီဒီနေ့ကနေတယ်မောက်ကရုပ်တွေဒါအထားမကြတာစီဖူးကရုပ်ကြိတ်လို့ရလားဟုတ်တယ်ဒီလုံးလုံးအားပေးကြည့်ပါလားဟဲ့
That's right.
ဟုတ်ကအိမ်ဝဲသားတဲ့ကျတော့ဟန်ကီသားပါရော
Got a dink before he died, helped out.
ဟုတ်တယ်
Nico got the
အိမ်ဝဲသားကျတော့ရှိရော
They had good rotates. Ultimately, still, so much of this just comes down to Monesi. That's a game saver here for Falcons.
100%. And it's nice to see from Monesi, right? We've been kind of talking about him at the major and waiting for him to kind of steal the show. Doesn't do it with the op. But he's had a couple of rifling moments.
တက်တာပါ
actually,
လ
on
က်က
this
ဘာ
map.
baby goal တွေတိတာပါ6တော့
Whatever it takes. Just
တိ
get
စားတဲ့ story round တွေကိုလည်းကြည့်အောင်
You never see a discrepancy in skill when Modesty picks up an AK. I mean, that's always going to be something that, his reputation precedes him just in terms of how versatile he is.
Toffee Hungary သား
Opening, closing, ops, rifles.
Just trying to put it all together at the major. Final event of the year. At a major that feels more
Mausa
than any major that came before
န
it.
ည်းနည်းစုံတာဟာ it's free တာပဲ2ယောက်တော့ပါအဲ့လေကြောက်တာအခါချင်းတစ်ခါခေါ်တယ်
Made to the
ကျွန်တော်လူတိုင်းမသိရတယ်
waiting and
ဘယ်တတိမထားမိရပါဘူး pro စင်းပါလေ
doesn't get
တကယ်စောက်ရဲကျန်းတဲ့ rifle လာတယ်လေ
It's already tucked back around the top mid corner.
တော့ကျန်တဲ့ rifle လာတယ်တဖြည်းဖြည်းနဲ့အဲ့နိုင်ငံတစ်ခုကဖြစ်တည်လာတယ်သိလား
Falcons, but
Anh đang nghe gì à?
be the case.
it's real well lazy sphinx sashin heavy go as rifle လာစောက်ကျန်းနေပြီ
Early grouping of
Hold it,
Mouse
Mo,
over
no?
towards A. We get that one lure.
There's only one
အဲ့ rifle လာရတကယ် top tier အသေးနေမှာစော့တော့ကောင်းနေပြီ
utility is decent from the perspective of smokes, but that's pretty much all they've got to work with. This is actually, I think, quite a good round to go for an A hit here for Mouse. This comes down to the whole.
It's really that hold it,
I
yeah.
think. I don't think
As
there's
that utility
too
pops
Someone
up.
be like that, lah. I didn't want to go to jail for life, huh, lah?
Palace player.
Kixan's alone.
Oh, he eats the teammates. No, excuse me. Zertian pops one at the same time.
This is going to be really hard now.
Oh, Hail Mary from Monacy.
And
Doesn't
again,
connect.
that kid's in the site. They have to go pick it up.
Kyosuke, though, already here on ticket.
အဲ့စပယ်တက်တက်လုံးအနာပဲပါစောင်းနေဟာ
Map control, at least they can
ဘူးမကိုနဒါနဲ့မရိုတေဘူးစီတယောက်ရိုတေတာရ4កောင်တော့
Then double back for it. Monacy missed chance.
that's-
Brolin with the
Turn
Galil.
around. Turn around. Get out of here. That's it. That's the final word here for Brolin
So-
and CT.
Brolin again, opening kills.
Yeah, and I think
ဘုန်းလက်တီတဲ့တေဝဖေးပြောင်းပြီးတော့
man, like,
ဖေးတော့လမ်းပြီးပြေးတာ what the
they
fuck
throw just enough utility. They knew that this was going to be a reasonably easy site to take, and
ငယ်တဲ့ AK ခေါ်ပြခိုင်းလို့လား
well, let's see what we saw.
ဂျူးတွေတခေပါဟုတ်ပါဟုတ်ပါမရှိဘူးဟုတ်တော့တယ်ဟုတ်ပါကျန်တဲ့ကိုမဲတယ်ဟဲ့ပြမတွေ့ကြုံများတော့တယ်ဒီမှာတော့ဘုတ်တွေရောဟဲ့ဘာကျဲနေ rifle လာတွေ
This is like the
သူ
perfect.
ရကရောကိုမဲဖျားတယ်
Especially Kixan's not playing in CT.
နိုင်ငံအစ်စ်နော်ဟို process ကိုရောက်လာတဲ့ကောင်အစ်စ်လေးတွေပြောတာ
He's got to dodge all
ဟိုအိုယိုမှပြောပင်လယ်သားတွေကတော့
and fire.
ပြတ်တော့သွားပြီဟုတ်ပါ
Gonna help him.
လူကတဲ့ဘုတ်တော့ပြမပေးတယ်
Might
ဟုတ်
get a flash over triple or something like that, but it's hard to coordinate, especially with how fast they move through that smoke. Mouse knew what they wanted, and look at them. on
Let's
the
go
left.
Ilya မင်းကြောင့်
Smoked
ဒီ
it
ကောင်
up
မ
and
တစ်စီ
deter Brolin out.
မင်းကြဆိုရင်တော့ပုံမှန်ပါပဲပြန်ကြမယ်လေဟုတ်လား
Comes out.
ကမ်ဆက်သေးဦးတယ်ကမ်ဆက်တော့မှာကမ်နဲ့ဆက်အဖိုးကြီးပြောဟဲ့ပြီးတော့ underrated ဟုတ်တယ်
Our expectations have been subverted in many matches.
အဲ့ဒါမဲလိုဒီကပြောတာဟုတ်အမေငယ်ဆုံးနဲ့ဖင်လာရလေ
Halftime just to me off air. Like once you have so many head-to-heads where it's so lopsided, eventually you're going to get that breakthrough moment. Mouse have done it in the past. We go back to the Austin Major in the quarterfinals versus Spirit. Another head-to-head that, even since then, they haven't really been able to get back their way. But in some of these big games, that is when Mouse do best.
အဲ့ဆိုဗီလာတူဒီကလာအနာမောတက်စေဘရူနဆိုမော့ဆို7နဲ့ရောက်လာဖတ်မိသေးတယ်ဖနက်တွေကလို့လေဟုတ်တယ်လက်ပြန်ရလာဟုတ်တယ်ဒီအော်လည်းကောင်းတယ် refer လည်းကောင်းတယ်နိုင်တယ်နိုင်တယ်နန်းတိုင်းလေနိုင်တဲ့ထဲဦးမှာပဲမလို့တော့
Complete the runs.
သူရ physical fidelity ပဲနဲ့ဟာမသားသူကကိုတရားရဲကျေကိုခေါ်ပြီးကျဲတော့မယ်သူကတရားပြောင်းသွားပြီကိုလက်ကြ
On the brink of a 12.
Right, entertainment.
Still
Ah,
waiting for
bah,
some
ano
of
ba?
the Falcons to go God mode. And we've seen the clutches. We've seen the potential.
11-5 ဖြစ်နေပြီအချိန်နဲ့တိတ်မကောင်းတော်ကီတွေဖုတ်နေနေ brother တို့ short ပြီးနေ brother တို့မရတော့
Falcons, they don't
ပြကြည့်ရမရတော့မယ် brother တို့ Monacy ရောဒီမှာ 10k ပဲရှိပါသေးတယ်မလို့ဆိုတော့သတင်းလုံးကတော့2 digit 4ယောက်1 digit 1ယောက်ပါ
That's a
ပြ
nice
ပြောစရာမလိုဆိုတဲ့အနေထားမှာ
but you can see
ဘယ်သူမှ wave တာမဟုတ်ဘဲနဲ့ team strap ပဲ fail နေရလား
As well, when we have had Mao's just
Jimmy ရဲ့ Tozy ရဲ့ Palace ပေါ်နေလာမှာဖြစ်ပြီးတော့ကျွန်တော် Blue Lab mid မှာ NPS က2ကောင်လာမယ် Spring ဆက်ကျွန်တော်ဒါစာရှင်နဲ့ပေါ့နော်ဆိုတော့2ကောင်ဝင်တော့မှ Palace ပေါ်ကောင်10 trade မယ်တယ်ဘာလို့ C4 လည်းပါဆိုတော့လေ
already now we're starting to get
ဘယ်နဲ့ဘာညာရှူရှော်ဦးကလို့ဟမ်မကနေ backup ပေးတော့မကောနလာလာတော့ကစ်ဆန်ကြီးက email ကိုတော့တော်တော်လေးနေရာတော့ရောက်နေခဲ့ပြီ
so
ကျွန်တော်အေးဆိုတော့ကစ်ဆန်ကြီးကပြန်လှည့်လာလို့ရတယ်ပဲလေးဘောနဲ့ကစ်ဆန်ပဲလေးဆိုပိုကောင်းမှာတော့ကစ်ဆန် no email bro
Mao's only played 2.
Jimmy ကသဘောတော့ပေါက်တယ်ဗျာဟော Jimmy သဘောပေါက်မယ်နီကိုလက်ချက်နဲ့တေဆုံးသွားပြီကွန်ဒရာ3ဝင်လာတယ်အေးမင်းကတော့ထက်ရှိနေသေးတယ် backup fire kiss တော့ပေးမှပဲနီကိုစားရှင်နီကိုနောက်တော့ bro လည်းမထိတ်ရ drop ဖို့ကြီးတည်ငြိမ်နေရပဲတော့ငြိမ်သက်နေရပြစ်ခွဲရတယ်ဟာရစမင်းမလို့ပြောသွားချောဘောငြိမ်သက်နေဝင်တယ်ဟိုမှာကဲနောက်ဆုံးချိန်မရှိတော့ထော်ပြီး safe fire ရအောင်နော်နီကို drop ဖို့ကြီးကတော်တော်လေးလှုပ်ဖြစ်သွားပြီအကုန်ရိုက်တက်တာအေးရမဲတို့နဲ့တွေ့ရင်ချောင်းအောင်နဲ့ဟုတ်တယ်ဒီရမဲတို့ကလည်းထဲတယ်တော့ပြဘာဖြစ်ရှင်နေရလဲအရင်တူဖြစ်နေမလို့ဒီရန်ကမြူးွက်ရတယ်စူပလာဆိုင်ခေါ်သားရှင်စိတ်ရဲပါတယ်ကျွန်တော် future သမီးပဲတည်းထုံးနေတာတိုင်းရမဟုတ်ဘူးလူစားကလေးဒီမဲ့ဖက်ကိုပဲအပေးတော့ကျေးဇူးအာဖျားတယ်စုနေကို let's eat it nice one ဘာစီဘာပါတယ်လို့ပဲနော်ဒီကပျောက်လေပျောက်ဆုံး
That's Nico to the top of the charts as well off the kills.
ဒီကမနာခင်မေးကြရနိုင်မရနိုင်မရတော့ပါဘူးဒီကမေးကြပြီးပြီးနဲ့ prime time နေလဲကုန်လို့လက်တွေကလည်းကြလို့အသေးကောင်းနေလဲရောက်လို့ဒီတိုင်းပဲဘုတ်ဖြစ်နေအောင်ဆိုတော့ဘယ်လိုတော့
We haven't had extremely tough tests for Falcons so far this stage. Like Nico's been incredible.
Sure.
We've seen him some great maps.
ဒီကရင်သားအကြီးကြီးပဲဟာဘောဟို chess လောက်တော့လုပ်လိုက်မလားသူရင်သားဆိုလည်းမှန်ပါတယ်ပမာလို့
In Budapest was the question.
ဘယ်ကမေးကြဆိုရင်ဒီကိုနဲ့မွန်နေစီကိုခဲ့ပြီကြားနှကောင်နဲ့ဆိုရင်မေးကြရလောက်တယ် hero တွေနော်တက်ဆက်တို့ကင်ဆန်တို့အဲ့မှာ Delta hero တွေ3កောင်တော့တကယ်ကြလို့ရှင်အဲ့3កောင်တွေရအောင်တော့ major playoff ရောက်သေးရပဲသိလား major playoff ဟိုလေရောက်သေးရပဲ so coach နဲ့ဒီကိုမွန်နေစီပါတော့မှဒီနှကောင်လည်းမရောက်တော့ဘူးဆိုရင်တော့ရုပ်တော့ပေါက်တော့မှာအဲ့ဒါကင်ဆန်တို့ကဲဟာချင်းချင်းရေးကြပါအများကြီးပြောနေတာလေဟာချီကြွားလာပါလေချီကြချကြည့်ရောဟိုဒီမဟုတ်လားဟိုကတော့ရည်သားဆိုရားတယ်ဟုတ်တယ်ဖန်ရှူရေဒီစတဲ့ကြီးလေစပစ်လို့တင်ခတ်ဆော့နိုင်တယ်ဘယ်သိနေတူတယ်နှစ်ပွဲပြတယ်ဆိုခက်ရှာရှာမောက်ကကောင်းတယ်လေဒါတော့မောက်ကကြာသွားတယ်လို့ပြောမှာဒီတော့စပစ်ဆိုအသေးရိုက်တာနှစ်သေးပဲစပစ်အဲဒုံးဆိုလှုပ်ဖို့မရဘူးဒါလည်းနည်းနည်းကြာသွားသူ strat တွေကလူတွေနဲ့သိသွားတော့သူဖီရရပြီဒီမှာဒီနေ့ဒီကဒူဖရီတိုင်းပဲသူကမေလျာသူခေါ်လိုက်မရလို့ပါတယ်သူကဘယ်လိုရစားတော့ဟေ့ဟေးစီတီမှာပြန်ပြီးတော့ဟာဟေ့အောင်ဒီကုံတော့အသေးထဲပြနေတာလူပြောရလေဒီကိုကျဲအောင်လို့18កောင်ရှိနေပြီကောင်း20ပြည့်တော့မယ်မင်းလူညံသာကိုဖြောမွေးခဲ့ဘိုင်လေလား လောနဲ့ဖြစ်သွားပြီကဲ over လေးပဲကောင်းတယ်ဆိုတော့ကောင်းလေးတယောက်တော့ကတော့ over လေးကတော့စင်ပြေနေသေးပါပဲ glory ဆိုတော့68ဟုတ်လားဟုတ်တော့တော်ရိုက်ချလိုက်ဦးတောင်ထွက်တယ်ဦးနေမတောင်အာဘေဘီကိုတွေပဲရှောက်ပြောနေတယ်နောက်ဆုံးတော့လည်းအကြီးရကယ်ရပါပဲအငယ်ဆိုငယ်ပါပဲရှောက်ပြော
Now it's going to be about pistols, right? 2 pistols in this game for Mouse. That's the whole lead.
So 4-0 start in the first half. 2-0 start here on the attack.
Look at you ball by the cause 3 or let's go there, huh? Call it.
A matchup like this with your neighboring nemesis, you see it every tournament, ending your run over and over again. It's gonna be things like pistols that change that result.
You want the idea share with that.
Not these pistols.
What's my one? 3 or let's go.
Especially with Nico catching Brolin, Tesses can full focus ahead. Bit of a shooting gallery, easy. Quad headshot moment for Tesses. Feed him the unarmored clocks, why don't you? It's a 3-round game.
And what this means now is just that they'll have money to buy. Even if they lose, they'll have money to buy. So, Falcons have stabilized very hard. They're a few rounds down, but it does get scary here for Mouse. So they try to figure out how to close. Yeah, and also the last 2 8 takes, they took a lot of the round. They didn't lose a player early. They had all the space they were looking for. They'd even had Falcons believing it was B for a second. Still didn't win that round. How many good chances do you get?
Moscow Cyclone and corner, no?
Last time out burned here for Mouse.
25 $25,000 pool of money on the side of Falcons and
တက်ဆက်လေးကဟိုလေကြည့်ပဲကြည့်ပဲကေးလေးရပါအောင်တော့ဆိုရုပ်ပြန်မှာ
It's going to be a grind.
ကဲဆိုတော့ game round စပြီအဲ့11ဆိုရနေတာဒီ game round တစ်ထက်ရှုံးအောင်မယ် mouse က round နဲ့ထပ်ပြရမှာ mouse ကတော့ကျွန်တော်ဒီမှာဒီ time on နဲ့တခြားဘက် coach ကတိုင်ပင်ပြီးတော့မှဆော့လာတဲ့ပုံစံလို့တော့မြင်ရပါဘောနော်
Going to have to do that with a Khalil. Could be a daunting challenge. Especially in the face of warmed up Falcons players.
Spencer ကမီးရရှိရောက်နေမီးရရှိရောက်နေမိုးလုံးကြီးစားမှာ43ပြတော်တော်လေးတော့နှုတ်သွားပြီပြထက်ဆက်စင်နေတော့ permit အောင်နေတခြားဘက်စောင့်နေနော်ဆက်ဆက်တော့ဆက်ကောင်းနေမှာဖြစ်သွားတယ်ဒီမှာကျွန်တော် Spain ကတော်တော်ကြီးချုပ်နေ Spain ကတော်ချုပ်တာမနေ့ကလေးချုပ်ဒီနေ့လည်းချုပ်ကြီးလောက်နေ Spain ကဟိုဒီစပယ်ကြည့်ကြတာမရှိဘူးကိုယ့်ကိုဘာမှလို့ဒီမှာမလူတွေလည်းစမောလို့ဆိုတော့
Cyclone's changing it up. They want to make this a beat lane, and it's again Falcons without info on mid. So it's
သူများနဲ့ဘူးညမ်းဆိုကိုပြောမွေးခဲ့ချိန်တမနစ်ရောက်လာတဲ့နေသားကမှမောက်စိန်နဲ့လူပြန်စုနေပြီဗျာသူတို့တွေနဲ့ high mega C4 သမားတွေရဲ့နောက်ကိုပြန် fall လိုက်ပြီးတော့ Spain ကလည်း apartment ကိုအရှိ aggressive ပြင်းနေနောက်ကိုပြန်ရောက်လာပြီနော်လူပြန်စုတယ်ထော်စီကလည်းနေပါဘောတော့လာပြန်ခေါ်တယ်တိုက်ဘောတော့ငါ C4 ပေးက unit တွေပေးကတော့အိမ်ပြန်သွားမယ် okay bro လည်းလေးနဲ့ call တစ်ခုခေါ်လိုက်ပြီ let's go A let's go A ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒါ A main 3ယောက် Palace ရောက်ဆိုတဲ့အနေထားနဲ့ A သွားတော့မယ်ဗျာ A Palace စမို့တို့တော့ကြားတယ်စက္ကန့်40ဒီဘက်က Spain ကလည်းတယောက်တည်းနဲ့ B ဘက်မှာတော်တော်ဝေး Spain က NFS မှာတော့တော်တော်ဝေးတဲ့အနေထားမှာတကယ်၄កောင်ပဲလောက်ရမှာအချင်းစက္ကန့်30တော့ဖြစ်တယ် Palace ဆို smoke အုပ်ထားဖြစ်တယ်ခဏတော့ထက်ဆောင်စက္ကန့်20လောက်မှတော့တကယ် smoke ပြေတော့မှာဗျ Offlet တလုံးဘာညာကျဲနေ A side 3ယောက်ဆိုတဲ့အနေထားမှာ Nico Kitsen မနစီကချက်ချင်းတော့ rotation တော့လောက်လာပြီစပြီးတော့ says မပေါ့ cross တလုံးနဲ့ဒိုးတယ်ဗျ Offlet လည်းတော်တော်လေးကန်တဲ့ side တဲ့ကောင်နေနီကိုပြီးချင်ကိုစူးစမ်းမယ်မရရင်တော့နီကိုရေတွေ3နဲ့တေဆုံးက bro နဲ့စားချင်2កောင်ရောက်သွားတယ် Kitsen နီကို short ကနေထားမှာကျွန်တော်နောက်ထပ် Kyosu ကနေ sport span နဲ့ဆိုပဲ Texas နဲ့ bro နဲ့ Jimmy Kyosu ကိုရရဆိုပဲ 1vs2 no time မှာဖြစ်သွားရင်းနဲ့ပဲချိန်ပြီးမှတေးကဘိုဒိုကရောက်မှဖြစ်ပြီးတော့ time ပတ်သွားပြီဗျ ဟိုမှာငိမ့်လီတာဘာတူလဲ Falcon ကြီးလာ Kitsen ဟိုနေ့တော့ပြောရတော့ CT မှာတော့နီကိုကော့တစ်ချက်ဖြတ်ခေါ်လို့ပြောတာကိုယ်ကျိုးစားပဲဘီနီကီရဲ့ဈေးထုံးတယ် Verita လေးပြောခါတော့ဒီမင်းရှင်းနေစမ်းနေမှာမင်းပါတယ်။ကြာပါရှင်းဟာ
Mouse tried to, they diverted from their own idea to make this a B hit. We saw that Sphinx was up there in B apartments waiting for his teammates to get up cat. But for the first time Falcons, they come and check mid.
你给我找的，直接ไปแล้ว
Trying to rally.
And a full B hit late into the round without cat is really unlikely, especially if a team has been successfully taking mid over and over again.
Ooh, already showing a bit of skin towards ramp.
This is one of the scarier rounds because they know Mouse are going to half buy. They know exactly what they're going to be working with, and it's just about don't make mistakes.
ဒီမှာလုပ်ပြမယ်ပြောပါလုပ်ခဲ့။ကျွန်တော်မကြိုက်တဲ့ player ဆို share ကြိုက်တာ at least you never won. ဘာလို့လိုက်နေစတဲ့ဟဲ့။ဘာတွေကိုမဲ့တစုံထဲလို့ရပြီ။ဟုတ်နေပါလားဟုတ်ပါ။ဟုတ်ပါ။
But I think he saw it.
Yeah, he did.
He prepares himself to go into the duel. Kyosuke still holding towards that bench peak. He wants these players of Mouse to try to take a step up towards him. Nico then queued up for the window peek. Pistols for the majority here. And Kyosuke confident within that mid-challenge. He will drop Zershin. Still, Jimmy's AK in this mix. We go to 40 seconds. Brolin taking his time over towards the ramp is applying no pressure onto Monacy. So a shooting gallery down through Khan. 5v3 established. 30 seconds now. And Mao's trying to get this push to go. But Monacy, it's his show. Easily steps back up to it for another kill off the op, and this one fizzles out already. Mouse's AK never able to get this challenge going.
Jimmy just wants a fight.
No frags found until this moment. 15 on that clock.
မောက်ကဘာဖြစ်သေးလားပြဿနာအချိန် time management ညံ့ချိန်နဲ့ကုန်ပြီးရှုံးနေအခုကချိန်ကုန်တော့ပန်းနေလာတဖြည်းဖြည်းနဲ့ဘယ်လိုဖြစ်တာလဲမသိဘာလို့လှုပ်နေကွာချိန်ကုန်ပန်းနေပြီးရုပ်ပြတ်နေပြီဆိုတော့မှရေးထားတယ်ဝဲလျှော်လာရတယ်
Some good responses. They're not losing the anti-ecos. Like it's just been so solid.
I
And
never.
for the pistols and then some. Looked like Falcons were under pressure. Now looks like Mouse.
Silver lining Mouse's economy stays alive. Purchase back for Torji. Op is here.
How do you look okay ပြောနေဟာပြောကြလား
Nico kind of playing out on an island. There's a world where he gets punished on some sort of
ကိုယ်စနဲ့ကိုယ်စကြီးကိုလည်းနေ violation တိတ်မထီတယ်ဟုတ်တယ် Mr. ဟာလေးချက်တယ်ကျွန်တော်တို့ RPM မှာဘာမှမဟုတ်ဘူးကိုမရှုံနေတော့ဘယ်လိုစီကပေါ်ဆူခုံတာလဲဘုံကလည်းဘိုင်းတာလားတစ်ချက်ပြတစ်ခါခုံတယ်ဘုံအဲ့ဒါကိုလည်းဖြစ်တယ်လေအဲ့လိုမျိုးအရင်နီးလို့ကတ်လို့ဝေးနေတာကောပြီးတော့မြက်ကလာ first round ဆိုရမရှိ Mary ဘာဖြစ်စမသာပါလဲ phone back တခုပဲလေ phone back razor
Nico's the one who's shining here. There's no 2K entry to cement the bomb plan and guarantee the round. It's not coming down to a 1v1 retake defuse, nothing like that.
ဟိုးချေတော့ပါနော် PS မှာအောင်မြင်မယ်ထင်ပြီးတော့ investment တွေလုပ်လာဖို့ကျွန်တော်ရင်းနေတတိတယောက်ကစူးစမ်းခဲ့ပူပါတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့လည်းဒီတတိထင်သားဆိုမျိုးပတ်စံနဲ့အောင်မြင်မှုကဝယ်ပြီးလို့ရတာမျိုးမဟုတ်ဘူးဆိုတာကိုရင်းနေတတိချိန်မှာသိလာပါဖို့ရှိနေရပါတော့ဘိုးဘယ်လိုလဲတတိရကြွက်လေးတစ်ကောင်နဲ့လမ်းမှာတွေ့တယ်ကြွက်လေးတတိကိုပညာပြဖို့စူးစမ်းနေရပါတော့ကတော့ဘာလို့ဖျဲရဲဝင်မယ်ဒါပေမဲ့တက်ထရမှာရှိနေတဲ့ kitchen နဲ့ Bruno ရတယ် kitchen ကောင်းနေရအောင်ဟာဟိုနဲ့ထွက်လာထဲ့တာပေါ့သူတော့အမြင်မှုဝင်ချင်းနဲ့ဝယ်ကြိုးစားနေတဲ့ကြွက်ကြီးကတော့ကြွက်ကြီးတော့ပဲဘယ်ရတော့ဘောင်းလေးလိုက်မိလာပြီချင်းကိုဘလို့ပန်းနေတာလဲချင်းကိုအချိန်နဲ့ဘယ်လောက်တော့လေဘုံပလန်မို့လေဆောလာတော့အော်တေချာမပြစ်လိုက်ရတယ်လို့ပဲဟုတ်တယ်ဒီ product တွေထဲမှာ razor တဲ့ razor ကတော့ခုနာမဲ့အသက်မရှိတော့လို့ပဲသုံးတယ် razor သုံးတယ်you know တော့ပိုရှိရပါလေ razor တို့ GC ပြီးတော့ you know ပိုပြီး prime time ဖြစ်ခဲ့တာအခုတော့နောက်ပိုင်းကသုံးကြတယ် razor mouse တွေလည်းသူတို့ဆိုကောင်းနာပြီပဲရှိတယ်ဟုတ်ပါသုံးကြမှာစောက်သေးတယ်စက္ကန့်30အဲ့ round 3 round 4 round လောက်ရှိပြီစက္ကန့်30တဲတာပြန်ဝင်မှာဝင်နေတော့မတည့်ရပြီချဟိုဖန်ဒီ RB2 ကြတော့ရလာကြက်ထားအားရောက်ရေးစမိုးယူပေးတာငါအားရောက်ရေး mouse ကပန်းနေတာဟမ်စက္ကန့်30နဲ့ဝင်လာတာစက္ကန့်30နဲ့ပြခတ်နေတော့မဟုတ်တော့စမိုးကဖေးနေပြီဟိုကအဖေးကမကောင်းအကုန်ရတယ်ဟိုက
Nothing usually comes for free at this level of Counter-Strike. Zershan going to try to keep that pressure on TSS, who really hasn't been tested for quite some few rounds now.
Vabbè, mi spiega più video che dice dopo che non muovevo qua, solo del lo so mo. E no, non chiama solo show con no.
Connector hasn't been able to puncture through.
No, that's been a non-factor. Unable to get any CTs to be, turning around. I'm honestly taking a little risk here. No one up in
I'm going to what do I feel like that? What the fuck?
Surrendered themselves to playing for
coming
into this one
yeah.
Just Eagles and Tech Nines. And is this suddenly where they no longer feel that pressure on their shoulders, where they can play a little freely? Kixan again with a double kill off of the ramp push. Now Monacy's off inside of the ticket hold, and he gets whittled down to 40 HP. There's an M4 in Torji's hands at this moment. And while Maus haven't been able to cross over for free, the pressure remains thick. Monacy's op shot comes in, connects. There's that Tech 9 to try to charge them down, but it's a beautiful flash and a denial.
But denial. Oh yeah, flag I thought you were bien.
Yeah, that's massive out of Falcons, man. No mistakes here.
What is you yagging, man? To the flag like
just aggressive enough, just strong enough into the late round, not giving up the opening until it's very late. It's been a game of handshakes in every round. Let's let you exact.
Just do the bemout in Billy. Why let's go now, brother?
They haven't had to push the top.
Why are never gone? But CS element. To the game with dog. Why are Junior? I showed it. And she do an also me a blue the Judy alarm reaction. You say you want to respond on them with that. Let's go. When the vine G and any other came down. Ah, Jimmy opinion. Mamma. You got brain about it, but definitely another 17 super play offer.
Confidence boiling over.
Pay what?
For Falcons at this point,
do more
probably
you
feeling
did it
untouchable in the calls.
You do more than more just on. What the did it?
First opening gambit, now Zershan
This
catching
position,
Nico.
don't name the fan down there.
In round 24.
You got not Jesus.
It's the most space that they've gotten this early.
Joe, not you know. Joe, not you know.
Anything really behind it.
My boy out there.
Zershan trying to operate solo, kicks in off of default. It's gonna get the better of him. And this was all while the rest of MAU still just remained in the open, playing their options, but nobody playing to trade Zershin.
You see, Kioske is such a beast in these spots, patrolling these headshot angles. You can just leave him there forever.
Now my point little Cuban, now my point little Cuban.
When maybe it's too late, they want to try to test
This is that
SS.
little most of them,
Right
simple BC gaming ya white bro. Oh there you join us. Oh so that will be mouse because I want. I'm a test and bro like Jimmy test to tell you I want to see Jimmy so that like your 1v3 so there springs your way general. Must see who the player no one me you can and want to see springs so that your fuck on the down your can back beat over. Nine my yashi why ya. So that we on the pressure pit I hope there's some war is not lose a 3 also worry wow. Show be a show what I more. I have a been every year.
That you know your team, the opposition is going to be on low economy.
Try out the on and suck on oh you don't that.
Early on when you know Nate's the last percentage thing that you can take damage from that early in the round, and now
so no Telegram group when I not pay message to yeah violation they cannot meet at the major at the ghetto me why but a second my piano a Telegram group my depot be my man spread a second spread a that spread a 40 here.
They're putting a lot of faith in Grim at the moment.
So about the community guideline violation the TikTok post by day of me out.
Couple of kills here for the
CT side.
They start to move into the bomb side.
Oh no mouse which is batching me oh never bar yard polo yeah.
It's no way just to charge him down with that Tech 9 leaping over the top of the boxes. And that site is taken for Imperial.
Yeah, these rounds have been too easy. This one too easy for Imperial to find access into the bomb site based off those early nades. Kavem going to come in for the flank. He's got to clear a tough corner. Deep into it is Vinny, and he lands the shot. 2-on-2.
No way.
I knew what cross by I
when
wrong yeah loud
chance to really get anything going. Kavem realizes this round's done. Hanging around looking for picks, but he's gonna get out of there. He's got a lot of health left himself, and that bomb's about to blast off.
Although I bomb we show it all.
Kavem now calls it.
I have like that one why no way bro.
Make it away alive. There's no way actually.
No matter what mouse is
Stages of this half though, so Imperial's at least
don't try sometime choke it
losing the second round of this half.
hold on.
Here's the initial grenades. Bounces right off the shoulder.
7 ခဏကြည့်မယ်ချစ်ဆုံးတော့နော်7လေးကြည့်ပြီးရင်ဟိုဘက်ကတက်လာမယ်ဟိုဘက်ထက်ကြည့်မယ်မကြည့်လိုက်ဒီဘက်ကြည့်လိုက်ကြည်နဲ့ကြည်လိုက်
Yeah, pressure comes at you fast when you're facing elimination.
Yeah.
You have a 4-13 game. I mean, I talk about Grim and some of the Grim maps he's had on Inferno. Yeah, 4-13. He's going to be feeling it individually today.
I think that's part of the F-bomb that we just see launch out from so aggressively. Nyx as well having a tough time getting going in this. Halzork needs to back off. Kvem is there for the support, going to back everyone away, but now up towards mid we go. Good step forward from Try. And the only defender is Halzork. He's coming down boiler right now. No way he's got that. JT adds a deagle kill. Okay, this is getting weird.
MP7 into the peak and Vinny.
Damn, dude, JT's on point right now.
Yeah, JT is looking very sharp. And Grim, we need to see something out of him in a round like this. M4, he's got the premium rifle available here for the CT side for this retake. Skulls in no way. Skulls in the pit, no way on the box inside of the site. JT putting all the utility in place, and Grim is going to get caught running into the bomb site. So now it falls to JT on low HP, and like you said, he's been sick, he's been sharp, but just isn't going to be happening for him here. So 9-7 for Imperial, staying in Inferno here. There's been points where it looks like Passion UA might be able to get quite a run going, and Imperial always finding the answers, always staying in it.
Yeah, after winning that second round, round 14, felt like Passion was just in the driver's seat, but that one little hiccup has really ruined kind of the whole plans off of that. So Imperial get up to 7. The deficit is now just 2, and a huge advantage as Imperial's the first team to win 2 rounds in a row in this half. So it's just pistols with no armor, no utility for the Passion side of things. And as long as you don't drop the ball here and make any further mistakes,
Put the law on. Put the law, Ali. You only look at Gila. Who Gila? Di Gila. Hey. I don't know about Nabula. There's only the other chisel. But yeah, who the lolly? Who the lot to yard at the India? Tim Counter, but December Ali. မီးလောင်တာအသားများနော် မီးတွေပဲလောင်နေတယ်လို့ပဲနေရဆုံးမှာ
But still willing to challenge, knowing the superiority of armor.
ကိုပြောမယ်မနစ်ကဒီဇင်မှာလူရမ်းသေးတယ်မနစ်ကဒီဇင်မှာလေရုပ်တရက်ကိုတီးရလူတွေမတီးရလူတွေမနစ်ကဒီဇင်မှာဆို streamer တယောက်လေဟိုတယောက်ဆို fake တောင်းနေတယ်ဘာဖြစ်လဲစုံသွားတယ်မလားမနစ်ကဒီဇင်မှာအဲ့လိုကျမ်းမာတွေထိခိုက်ပြီးတော့လေအကြီးကျယ်ဖြစ်ကြတာဘာနှစ်ကောင်အဲ့လိုမျိုးရှင်းလာလားမင်းနှစ်ကောင်တခုခုဖြစ်တာအခုဆိုမီးလောင်ရအသေးတယ်ဟိုမှာလောင်ဒီမှာလောင်ရဲတနာပါတယ်တကယ်တော့မီးလောင်တာပုံဆုံးပြုံးတာပြောတော့မကောင်း
4 plays for passing away at the B bomb site. Really hoping Imperial come in towards them.
ကောင်းပြီလား watch party တက်ခဲ့ဝဲမှာ
Might get what they're looking
တော့
for.
ပြီ
At least with Vinny. He can send himself forward that Mac 10 as soon as he attacks.
What about dig up with him? She don't.
For them to run back. You've still got that 2-man setup at top middle ready to pounce in the bomb.
What long
going
road?
back. So with Vinny going down
ကြည့်
immediately.
လိုက်နေကြည့်လိုက်မီးလောင်တာတွေပဲ
So
လို့
if they've lost kills on
ဘာ
both
လောင်တာမ
sides,
ဟုတ်မ
then
သိဘူး
eventually JT
မတိတ်ခဲ့တယ်
forward gives
CS2
all the
ကြည့်မယ်
players.
live မရှိပဲ
You have to know they're going to come for
Okay
this.
ပါ
This might just be a
မနစ်က
false
ထိ
start.
ထူးကြပါ
And up
မင်းကကြတော့
middle.
စုံးတာတောင်းများတော်တော်များ
He's got the first kill, but he needs to stay alive and doing a good job.
Yeah, tried coming away with one.
ဒီနေ့ဒီဇင်မှာဆိုကြည့်လိုက်ထူးကြကြအောင်တော့ watch party ဝိစားဒီကိုရင်ကျတဲ့တုံးနေရှင်းတော့ကိုမဲသတိတာစက်ကောင်မှာနေလဲသတိတာ
He's going to run away and save the AK.
ညရတယ်
Excellent weapon to get out of this round with, though, if you're passion. Halzerk's going to be loving that, having an AK-47 to drop over to a teammate. Give it to Kvem with the hot
No
hand.
way.
Team kills so far.
no way ရုံ
Passion.
နေနေမယ်နေတော့လိုက်တယ် no way bro no way
21 kills for Try. It's really heated up into this game after some nice rounds with the AWP in the first half. Triple kill here as he covered the B flank down Banana. So 9-8. Going into the first full-blown gun round for both
နေ
teams
ဒီ
in
ပွဲ
this
ဆော့လိုက်ပြီး
half.
တော့မလုံးနိုင်တော့ဟာဘာဖြစ်တာရှောများနဲ့ press
Still could
ကို
go
ပြော
either
မိ
way at this
ခဲ့
point on Inferno.
scores ဟုတ်တယ်
See if Kvem
Who do
goes
you
for the
think,
AK.
yeah?
Looks like Halzerk might just hang on to it himself.
Seen a lot of frustration out of both teams as well throughout this game. A lot of death slamming, a lot of just taking deaths that has really.
တိတ်တဲ့ဂရိကဝင်မရဘူးလေ
a number
အ
of
ချစ်တော့
times.
group ပဲလေ join လိုက်အောင်ပဲလေ
Yeah, and
နေ့လည်း join လိုက်အောင်ပဲ
want to get on the mic.
ဘူဖန်ပြပါအောင်လေလောက်ကမှလုံနေတယ်
That's how he wants his teammates to play the rest of this game because they're getting into gear now where Imperial could take this Inferno and that could be a massive opportunity for them in this best of 3.
I think this round can be a devastating loss for both teams. I think a team that loses this one is going to be in a really tough place mentally. So pretty critical for both squads. They're able to come out on top here because this is really going to signal who has the advantage going into the later stages, who has the best shot at closing this out first. Money is a little bit rough on the Imperial side. No Way's got plenty. Vinny's hurting for it. So depending on how this round plays out, I mean, Passion have no cash built up. So if they lose, next round is definitely no kind of a buy that's going to have any kind of danger to it.
with me ဆိုမယ်ဟဲ့ဗီနာပြတ်မှာဗီနီဗီနာဆိုတော့ဟိုလို့ပေါ့လေခါလို့ရတော့ညင်းလို့ရတယ်ဒါ living legend တွေပြန်ခေါ်ပြီးပွဲလို့မယ်ဘယ်လိုမှလဲ
There's a slow approach to kick off this round for Imperial. You've got very passive setups here for passing you out towards the A-bomb site. So Imperial will have the space there. They've got under a minute on the clock. JT attempting a spam down through that smoke and Banana. Try's got the util. Ready to
ဒီကောင်လည်း
go down.
banana
Vinny.
cruise ကားကောင်ရှင်းမို့ဟောပေါ်ဖလာကလည်းဟဲရှောဘောကားကောင်ရှင်းမလို့ကြိုးစားတယ်
Very aware of where he can put his crosshair to spam down and catch Vinny in the open. So man advantage picked up here for Passion UA.
Yeah, but a lot of the map to work with wrapping around this bomb site. This is really, really dangerous. 2 players doubled up in pit. It's all on Kvem, who's going to have the long distance fights. It's going to be smoked off initially, so these wrap side players are going to be able to stream into the bomb site. Awkward scenario, and Grim's caught completely unawares.
check စီပြီးတော့ကိုကတော့ကိုတက်ဆိုရှင်နဲ့ပြန်သေးပြီ
So Kvem from the pit, he's
ဟု
lost
တ်
the
ပါ
support network.
ဆိုတော့တို့ရှိတာပတ်ချီယူတက်တက်လာပြီတိတ်မ
If he was able to hold
Oh,
on just
there.
a little bit longer. Imperial wouldn't have had enough time to feel comfortable in the site, but with that bomb going down, Passion away, having to come back in for a retake.
I mean, yeah, but this is all on Grim. Like, as that supportive element rotating over, when there's no information on Rap side, you have to be so aware how much they can scale. He's so eager to get into the fight that he sold his teammates at that bomb site. Now, a really tough 2-on-2 retake. Missed shot from Try, though.
Oh, and the head comes up. Try's gone. No way in the bomb site, and JT clears him out.
Okay,
and Passion away, get away with one here.
Yeah, maybe not so tough. They made that look really, really easy.
That should have been a lot more competitive there for Imperial. They're going to be incredibly frustrated with themselves that they let that one go.
I think, speaking of frustration, I think that's the mistake Grim has made. I think this has been a tough map for him, and he feels like he has
Kioske throughout this one, and huge credit to Nico, because I don't think they really would have had much of a first half to talk about Falcons to give them the buffer in order for people like Kickstand, for people like Monacy to truly get activated in that second half.
Talking about that first half, though, I mean,
Line. And coming into this one with 2 AK-47s, 1 goalie, a couple of Tech 9s. Holzer going for the peek down middle, has received a lot of damage from Try.
But
the op could just play safe from here on out.
Okay,
Nines, 1-for-1 trade down Banana. Grim gets his, but no way in response.
oh
So JT and Kavem left at top Banana. Kavem will leave
Who
JT.
bought it all?
it
Well,
appears.
no, baby,
Actually,
yeah,
let's
yeah,
see
them
back
all,
towards the
them, yeah.
bomb site. Nyx might have a chance here as this smoke fades. Skulls lurking in the halls. And Passion
where do
doing
the
his
level
gamble.
come?
We saw this in one of the earlier games in this stage. Last
This is
game,
the 3 man ပြနိုင်တော့အိပ်ပြီးเนาะကျေစုံတော့
where they would just leave the bomb site wide open. Typically, they had a smoke down.
Which
which
ain't
is
not-
an
they
available
ain't china.
moment.
They ain't
But
china.
in this round, there. It's
အေး
the
ညာ
wrong
အမ
So JT shifts over, adds a 4th player in defense of the A bomb site on a timing. When that timing isn't hit by Imperial, they spread the defense back out.
Nick sweating.
ညာပြောလိုက်မယ်ဒါပေမဲ့မသိမကြည့်နဲ့ပေါ့မဲသိတာပေါ့ဖေးကဘူးဘာလို့ပါလို့
He's got the info. They don't know.
မမေ
They've
ဘူး
just been spotted.
အမအေးတကယ်
He's got
information ရပါ
skulls, and he's actually
ဟောရကောင်းလိုက်တယ် Nix
fantastic work from Nyx. And he just keeps going. Tries alone though, 1v4, does damage on the
ကို
Kavem.
ဘွဲမပြဘူးလားဘယ်ကိုမလာသေးဘူး
Got the bomb. He's
အေး
got 15
ကြည့်လေ
seconds as
channel
well.
တွေအကုန်ရအောင်
So this
ပေါ့
all crumbled away from Imperial.
မသား
They were competitive on it.
No
They were in the
face.
fight. But that last round on the retake, and now Nick stepping up like that in the apartments, it's really ripping out all the opportunity from
အော်
them.
နာမည်က try တော့မယ်
At least
try
he
တော့
died
မယ်တဲ့
before the time.
အေး
He
ကို
had
တို့
a
ပါ
chance
လေ
to
ပြတယ်
plant the bomb
အေး
and actually
လူ
get
လိုက်
some
မ
points
ကြ
on
တဲ့
it.
လို့ရှင်းပါ
He missed that
ဇက်ကောင်ပါ
opportunity.
ပြ
At
တယ်
least
လို့
he goes down and
ပြော
still
ဆို
gets his.
face ပဲ
Still
လုပ်ပြ
gets
ချင်
well.
တယ်
That's a
ဒီပါ
great triple kill from Nyx, and
ကူမေးကြပါ
one
ဆို
of the
ပြီး
guys on,
face ပဲလို့
side of things that feels like his
Well,
head
we'll
is
make
taken.
that,
Took some really rough,
Right,
deaths
right.
at various
Sure,
points
we'll
throughout this
do
round.
that,
Didn't really
man.
have a chance in the fights. This is a lovely sequence. Catches the rotation back to the A bomb.
That's
site,
all, no?
well aware
That's
to
all.
check the
Yeah, that's
stairs
it,
as he
like it.
climbed out towards Boiler. Really nice triple kill that saves the day and maybe saves the map for Passion, because Imperial now out of money, and it should be free avenue into a 12th round with 4 chances to close out the opening map. Ooh.
Oh, really clean stuff there for Kavem.
Yeah, hello.
Grim's going to back him up, and round's done. 12-8. It's going to be map point for Passion UA. Competitive throughout the first half, had its moments here in the second, but Passion UA with a great chance now to round things out.
Yeah, we deathmatch it now.
This is the map pick of Passion UA. Dust 2 up next for Imperial. Yeah, Try has another great map here for his squad. It looks like it's going to be in a losing effort, though. Holzer sending his AWP over towards Banana. Imperial come to the fight with AKs and Galils. Holzer posts up just on that corner watching the half wall.
Yeah, when do they get the indication the A bomb site is the target, though? Because nobody's rotating back. It's going to be all on
Oh.
Kavem. Oh, the transfer down.
Look at the confidence of Kavem the whole way through this map. Just a little bit too much there. He keeps going and loses his life. Nick's only getting the 1 kill, not the multi-kill this time, and the A-bomb site has fallen. It's still doable here for Passion UA, but could have been a lot more comfortable. Try just waiting on the T-stairs. Holzerk's not going to check it, and Try's going to grab that AWP. Still falls to JT. It's Grim and JT coming back in for a retake, this time to try and close out the map. The double nade towards Cello, cutting him low, and now JT moves up
Time travel.
towards the truck, and yeah, a little bit of time travel as we return to the action as JT clears out the site. Cello's got the kill, and now Grim with a 1v2. Quick turn into the pit, and Skulls needs to keep his head down, but Grim has done it. It'll be Passion UA taking Inferno. A retake picked up once again from JT and Grim. The cavalry arriving from the B bomb site, and one map up now in this series to try and survive into the final day.
Saturday Sunday is a landly pump.
Retakes towards the CT side are what one
ထဲတော့ထဲလိုက်ပြီ
from Passion
ဘာလို့လဲလမ်းနေဘူးလဲပြမယ်
eventually
ဆုံးမရကိုမယ်
slowing
every
down the
round
stretch.
please
And gotta say as well, Nix and
ဒီ
Grim
ဆုံးလို့
having some
ဒီဆုံးလေးရှုံးသွားတယ်ထင်တာ
that they played against each other in their third place decider. Kyosuke's walking
ဆုံးနေ
into
ပြ
a
မှာခြေဆုံးရ
towards
ဆုံးနေပြမှာရအိတ်ချင်လာရင်တော့မရတော့ဘူး
walking into a
let me sleep 7 minutes ဟိုဗမန်းရဲ့မတ်သက်ရှိတာဗမန်းမတ်သက်လေ
early in the
ဥ
round.
မာထလာတာ morning ဗမန်းမတ်သက်ရှိရလေ ဘာလဲဆိုတော့10 minutes အိပ်ပြီးတော့
Mouse just kind of came away
ညဆိုဗမန်းမနေ့ဆို Bruce Wayne နေ
before it even
အဲ
happened.
10 minutes ပဲအိပ်တာ
Or at Hong Kong,
ပြီးတော့ဝတ်သားနဲ့သွားဆောင်တယ်ဝတ်နဲ့သွားဆောင်
a flash towards
ဝတ်သွားနဲ့
to get that sort of space,
ဝတ်သွား
flash towards bracket so that Torzy doesn't get an easy pick.
ဝတ်သွားတယ်စားတာ oh my god bro အသားနဲ့စားတယ်သွားရအစာကြေပါမလား shit တော်တော်ငိုက်နေပြီဟာကိုတို့ကြာတူတူပဲတော်ပြတော်ရုပ်ပြန်နေအဲ့ဒါလမ်းတွေပါရှောက်ပြီးတော့ကြံတွေပါဖြတ်ပြီးသွားယူတာကိုတို့ကိုကြောကြံစားပါအောင်
In terms of how much do you put stock into what happened between these two teams last time around, I think the big outlier is the Monacy was non-existent on the server, and that's obviously going to change today.
Mouse, we've heard the last 2 days quotes from them. We got to hear comms where it was like, I don't want people sighing into the mic here. Yes,
You know, coffee down like
I don't
that.
want to see you get tilted if we lose here, which tells me maybe concerns mentally about this team being able to reset. If
ဒီကျူဟာဝင်လို့မရအောင်အဲ့ဒီကမှန်မှန်ချစ်တော့
drop, they have to fight for their lives tomorrow. Mentally, coming in from the being 2 games up, that's going to mess with them a little bit, right?
We love to speak about pressure, and no one can deny the pressure that Falcons is under from within, from the community, from everywhere. But I think Mouse is also feeling a certain amount of pressure. The fact that they haven't been able to win any trophies, and that's always the conversation around them. That's one type of pressure. Torsy, on home turf,
Yes.
if you find yourself in a 2-2 game, all of a sudden you're not guaranteed to play in the playoff. You're not guaranteed to play in the Budapest Stadium when you are arguably one of the best teams in the world. I think that's even more pressure than Falcons is feeling right now, which is maybe why we're seeing some of those atypical voice comms coming out from us.
အမှန်လိုက်ပြီးအဖီပါ
Torzy, I just feel like he knows what he needs to do.
မန်လိုက်ပဲအဖီပါအဖီပါ
He's actually maybe
မရှင်နဲ့စိတ်ကြောက်ပါနနိုးချင်း GT ကိုယုံပြီးချလိုက်တာ
he was a loose
မ
cannon.
ရှင်နဲ့ coffee တောက်လိုက်တယ် coffee ဖြိုပြီးမှလည်းမရှိဘူးဗျာ
But now it almost
အဲ့ဖိုင်လေးထည့်ထားတာ green တို့က73ရှစ်တယ်ဟမ်
sometimes then you're playing so much by
ဗမန်းနဲ့ကိုလမ်းနေတာပဲအဲ့လိုတော့သိနေဟဲ့ဒီလိုပါလူကြီးတော့ဗမန်းနဲ့တွေ့ဆိုတော့ဘုံပဲရှိရတယ်စက်ကောင်ပါ
versus a team
နည်းနည်းအိတ်ချင်ပေးမယ်ဩစတြေးလျ highlight လေးကြည့်ပါလားဒီဝဲလေးဟိုကြအဲ့ကျစိတ်စင်းတွေရဲပြီးတော့စိတ်စင်းတွေညိုသွားတယ်
pressure.
ဒီနေ့ချင်းတောက်လဲတော့မှုံစီစီအားပေးပြီโอเคရင်းတော့ဆိုပြနိုင်900အခုတော့ဘာဖြစ်ဖြစ်တာ ကွာအေးတွေရမ်းပြက်လို့
If he's able to at least tie the
ပြ
series
အိတ်လို့မရအောင်မလဲကြ
his own
ကိ
line,
စ္စများများဤလူပေါင်းမှာဖြစ်တော့
crowd something excited
ဘာရှိရလေ
that would just mean the world for him
ဟို
and
အ
to
ပေါင်း
get
လည်းသွားပြီး
confidence
ဆက်ဆောင်ပေးရတာ
Does Manny
ညီမလည်းဒီနေ့ပွဲယူလို့
I think so.
ဝေးအဖောင်းဆောင်ပေးပါအောင်
Played Inferno, T
ဟိုရောက်ကြောက်တော့ကြီးသူများအိမ်မှာအိတ်လို့လည်းမရ
job.
အဖောင်းကြီး
Had a great
ကြောက်တော့ငေါတော့ပြည့်နေတာ
with
ပြောက်တော့လဲ
so I can't see a reason as to
အိတ်တဲ့ဇလဲမရဘူး
But I'm curious to see how Falcons is going to approach this.
ဟောသားကြီးတို့ဝိုင်းကူ
It's a third place decider. One
Lo
would
bien,
argue
¿no?
that it didn't mean too much. So I think we're going to get a different dynamic in this game. We're going to get a Monacy that has more than 0 ADR in the first half.
တော့ရဖန်ဝဲရှိရမနေ့ UFC ကပတ်လို့ဟုတ်တယ်ဖန်ဝဲလည်းကောင်းတယ်
I'm most
ကျွန်တော်ဆိုည400ရ
because I feel
AM လောက်
every
အိတ်တော့တယ်မနေ့က AM လို့တယ်ပြန်အိတ်သွားတာတယ်ပြီးတော့လည်းစစ်ခွဲပါ
but he's staying ever so
ကျဲကြော်မှနိုးတယ်ဟုတ်လားကိုကြောက်ကိုပမာမလေးရှာမှာလား
making it look
Hala.
like he's the one that's advantage. The way he's positioning
ဘာ
himself,
ပွဲ
the
လဲ
speed, the time to
ကိုညမ
kill,
ပွဲယူတာမသိဘာပွဲလဲ
and
ဒီ
it really feels-
အခုကပွဲယူတဲ့ချိန်
this
နေ
is the next generation of aim
ဟုတ်
that
တယ်
we're getting. Falcons
လေးရှာတာ
do that.
ကျွန်တော်
That's why
ညီ
they
တော်မ
like
လေးရှာ
playing
မှာ
him. That's why they just
ကိုလန်ဘူးနဲ့နည်းနည်းဝေးတယ်အကြောင်းတက်နော်ခါလေးစ
dynamics to
ဒီဆောင်တော့ဖြစ်ပြတယ်ကားတဲ့
away from the star roles. If he's
ဘာပါ
able
လဲ
to lock in this playoff position,
သူအတော်ကြတယ်
this
မ
guy's
ဆို
growing
တက်
before our
လေးတယ်ဟောဖင်အောင်ရတယ်လေတဲ့
I just want to
Nga
remind you,
dollar.
if you're watching at
အကြောင်းနေ
home,
နော်
you have an opportunity to win if you want a black light
တူးသီး
check.
တော့မကြိုက်
All
ဘူး
you
ကွာ
need to
ကို
do
တူးသီးနည်းနည်းကြိုက်
exclamation
ဘာ
mark
လို့
black
ကိုမနိုးတာ
light,
အမေဘေကိုလုံးမစိတ်ညစ်တယ်အမေဘာမှလည်းမိဘေကိုလုံးမယ်
exclamation
ဘာနိုး
black lights
ဒီ
underscore
ကဲဘွဲ
Twitch.
စကောပြောလား
All of our English streams, and you
စ
can
ကော
watch
ပြော
us
လား
on Kick, Twitch and YouTube as well. So make
တူ
sure you
ဖြစ်ဖြစ်မယ်
can win a prize.
ဘာမှမတက်တဲ့အိတ်တာမှာခဏလေး
Sentiment for me when I chat to
Okay.
people in the audience here, they don't
ကျွန်တော်ဘာလို့ဒီပွဲကိုအားတန်လဲဆိုတော့အဓိကကျွန်တော်မွန်စီကိုပြန်တော့မှာလေ
both of these teams will play,
Fucking way.
safe place to play, or a little bit.
You know what? It's sitting
Never,
home.
there's always that one upset in the major.
Oh, I don't know, man. Okay, next, I'm saying, oh,
oh.
do that weird. Do that color and blue that we're weird with it. Get weird, yeah, man. Malaysia gone, you know. Uba Mount Yana, Moody. Desi Mount Miroli. Nilu Yaman, do it. Landing, this even Mount, you know. It's a different lower. If you're on it, where is he down there? But you generally knew this is but that do a good one of your completely dodging. Also, I get over and I'm going to leave it available. But more. Yeah, we're Braga to lose citizen may be more. Hala. I did the Hala.
It's Falcons, it's Furia, it's Vitality. Mouse is not in that 3, but if they're able to take down Falcons here,
I don't know. Malaysia, I don't know. So, did the level. I get any whole meal. He not two that so Pina area to give me who the meal on your Malaysia John to get door. That was two-sided lado. Yeah, who religion, but the real. Hope you didn't have a boat of shit. 10, hold on. Well, me, I wouldn't be two-sided were channel and yeah, so long channel, two W, who do that out. In any other book in the depot. One of those, don't go at my dodgy. Heaven was one a day. Please, Mocha, will leave a county to your loan. Hey. Timaga Biodam Ho, we are going to see that what you are. Hello. A Pama winner, Diane, and there who. One winner on data that, sorry. What's the idea to show me? I showed you, obviously. Well, there. But then. Well, I remember Malia, Malia do Maria. Money choice. My lady, Jordan, Look at more. You know, Madura, Malaysia, Jaro. Who's holding it? Oh,
you've got Monacy in a tough spot. He sends his teammate back towards Boiler to deal with it. And so Monacy this whole time just kept his eyes on the prize. That's the bomb site. Jimmy concerned.
The watch of the reload. Oh, into Lali, again, into the Sati does. Ah,
fresh mag needed, pressure back applied, and he's going to be cleaned out. 3 for 3 on the pistols.
Indonesia.
And that's going to be a nice stat if they win. So obviously, you never turned down a good start. Here's another one for Mouse. Very nice round out of.
Good job, me be alarm. For life, me like me be alarm. Diva, I like to go. Yeah, no, 5 pieces. Hello.
Know who they're playing against. There are going to be tendencies that will win this game.
Yeah, go man. Shut down let's see man. Hello.
So much.
Who don't know Jare? Who don't know be? Malaysia go le ya. Ah, my de. Who le sa tao do ma su no. Oh, di ba agana ni mew. Look, per time lo ya la. Malaysia ma ja per time.
Don't let yourself.
Mình nhận được rồi ya mà. Không đâu để phải chọc gì lại, bà do gì. Okay. Bây round này cái đôi sống ngoài rồi là chia ra mà. Mà đang này là phiên này thì phụ bài này lại là thế đấy. Lấy trái, hay lý rồi. Email từ nghe như nào. Bây giờ là vì sống mà tao vô chuyện đâu. Ở đây lúc giờ phải officially pay lúc nhiều rồi mà không. Phải trái lúc bị rồi là trong gì sợ mà trong trầm mà rồi là bị ra rồi. Cha đâu là. Biết nó bị mẹ mẹ. Ai phải cũng lúc ra chứ. Nó cả chi quá rồi cho cô. Nó cả cho chi ra đấy. Chú đi phải cũng show mày họ mà phải bị cam bảo à. Mà phải mà con này để ra tôi để nó cái mình vào người nó tao người đâu gì đó. Hello. Mình trái thì bị thấy coi mà trái à. Được rồi mình phải đánh cả tất cả của đông đông nhà thông qua là phải maximum. À rồi làm được không nó? Ui, phải mà là theo mà lâu này mình lâu vậy. EU thì đâu đó EU này mà rồi phải đánh đâu bị đâu mình được. Trong đó mà cái này tức là do phải làm gì đi họ. Đâu bây giờ này, tết này nè. Right, my video. Yeah, by 7 years, 3 years in a for a full by a colony, a round test show money, equal. I see him, but then, only I only jar no, you share a man. What a less the jar, you share his idea. Leo be there. Go little with you. Let's be that never need to have you. Never see. Who's the judge? Come at that, don't do it. Home, pin, Bioma, no damn on it. I go never need never need to. Let's see, yeah. Maybe Leo's a winner over there. I just show now. Why not? Why leave it if I don't know?
How much did Mouse put into that? How much of it was
Never CB. Let's see. Leffy. Leffy B.
Even though you lost the first map. Hang on to what worked. And just hope that you crack through the defense of Falcons.
There's a phone plan, 100 gives away. Remember, we lead on with free phone call video. Hello. I lead on 100 gigs. Just say. Oh, one funny one of little buggy near Ontario.
Monacy was a non-factor. There's a question as to whether he takes that success of Mirage and applies it here again in the second map.
Somebody bought it. Chill.
This play will actually go towards the very stacked A site.
MP957 and a lot of potential.
And they're just far back enough to make this a little weird.
Insta kill for Monacy. Peeks wide for a second. Spinks will hit
the other city design view. They over.
And he'll try to just follow suit.
But I am probably in the did you please hurry? It's never can do so. Yamano. You're big man. She is in the hard. Or religion, but the no. But Islam is a didn't
even need to use that crossfire entirely.
The job I see them. Pia Johnny by she do it. Never Pia Johnny. I want to have a woman get the Tommy daughter is
It didn't even take that much again. No big
can't you know, DJ the way I play on
Monacy's 4K retake on B.
Yeah.
2Ks here and there.
The Monacy opening Tetra, Kids and Wanya, Nico, Loma, Moscow, Navio, the Chandania, the Charter. Polio would take a boat to go out there. You go and go and tap it about the Nico the Chonia.
No longer the case.
That's in
Setting banana ablaze.
the name. Round name.
As the fire fades, but the flashes ring out.
Oh, kids and in a can of a fully blank. Can't a carry a color. They might be one not going. Just see. This is a little bit. You know, who to see a blue to this is a dollar. They give it a man. I channel.
Just a little Falcons X factor. Okay. Jimmy gives something over for Falcons to consider.
We've got a theme this round. Spray and pray.
Leo got Benny there. Leo got set the enemy. Tell that the Dinchashi man.
Because Jimmy was up in that apartment.
Yeah, there.
Anticipate somebody there.
CTs have a very strong map because they're trusting Monacy. He has the op over on B. If they walk up, he gets a free op kill.
Here comes Nico.
Oh.
And kicks in. Both dead on both sides of the brackets.
Oh, Panya Kobe did I
We get that push from Jimmy out through the apartments. Mouse just sat there and waited.
That's kind of a sick read.
I don't feel like we've really seen Falcons give over moments like that.
The reason they pushed is because they didn't want to leave Monacy alone for too long. If they lay B pop, then they have to have some info. Otherwise, they're just going for a slow rotation back. He can't go for this clutch. There's no way.
Just walks away from this. So Mouse, sit back and allow that one to happen. God damn, that all comes off of the Jimmy spam through the smoke on the balcony.
Such a good call.
Oh, they will be out of me. I let him Islamic number that all able religion number.
Quiet and they think Falcons are going to free reclear this and that.
I don't know 1990 my. Don't be the mouse no, don't be the deal.
You can't just go from the
religion got an easy to my consent be on. Why you never babu this or that? Babu le. Give one a fanatic in the line. Don't never go 90 lamb. Like a deal to be looked at. Oh,
this is Jimmy, baby.
You're trying to be piano.
I mean, I'm glad they got this one back after Kicksands 2K on B.
That's only okay, bro. One in a G now.
And SpeXtres head on a swivel.
ရှမ်းမာလေးတွေချောတယ်ပေါ့တဲ့မင်းရှာတာအာနာပါညာမှာတဲ့အဓိကတော့တေးဥတွေဥပ္ပထားပြီးလှည့်ပေးတာထားတယ်အော်ဟုတ်လား I don't think that's bro. I'm mad at him. Boy, hi, you ပြောပြုတ်လိုက်တယ်ဟာချောစုကဲ What the fuck ကောင်းနေရောက်ရင်တော့ကလည်း backup နှကောင်ထပ်ပါလို့လူကရှင်ပြစ်တာမဟုတ်ဘူးသူရင်မြင်ပြစ်တယ်ပဲကျွန်တော်ပြောင်းပြုတ်လိုက်တယ် right click နဲ့ left click မလေးအဲ့ဒါပြစ်တနာကိုယ်သူပြောင်းဖို့မဖြုတ်တော့နောက်ပိုင်းတက်ဖို့ဘာလို့မို့လဲပြောင်းอ่ะဒီမှာ USB တွေပြောင်းလို့ WFOS လည်းပြောင်းနေပဲစောရမှာ setting ထဲမှာဘာမှအဲ့ဖရိုင်းပြောင်းလို့မရဘူးပြောင်းစရာမလိုဘူးဘောတော့ကြည့်ကြက်ကင်း
maybe he likes to have the option.
He's trying to flex with that USP again, I bet. You got to keep it on if you're trying to go for style points.
Right.
He strikes me as the kind of guy that would.
Everyone wants to be simple.
Page လို့ပြန်ရပါ
It's not that easy.
ဖေးတင်လိုက်တော့ပြန်ရပါရမှာဆိုဟိုဖြစ်မှာဆို technical link တော့ချပေးတာကဲဆိုတော့ 4v3 ရောဖြစ်နေဘူး C4 ရတဲ့ကြံနေသေးတယ်ဘေးဘရွေးချယ်နည်းနည်းရွေးချယ်ရှင်ထားတယ်ပေါ့နော်မှန်တယ်မှန်တယ်ထောစီ space ရ Jimmy ရပြန်ပေါင်းပြီးတော့အေဘဘဝင်မလုပ်လိုက်တယ် A side ထဲမှာဆိုတော့ Monacy နဲ့ပြင်မှာ Texas ကလည်းရှိတယ် Texas က pit ထဲမှာ Monacy cross တော့ထောက်ထားသေးတယ်အော်ကျွန်တော် Oxford ကလာတာအော်မိုးတို့မှာ Monacy နဲ့တွေ့ပြီMonacy ဆိုင်ရော
Monacy actually peels back, playing sight instead.
Tesses long range with a FAMAS. Sometimes you'll get a moment out of him, but
they're so worried about the walk up, but now that grenade, it's going to announce their intention. Monacy's just got to go into the back of the site and hope he hits these shots, which of course he will. The first one at least.
Dozy like that, but Dozy all you like. Sure. Play I'm so well. Love it. Yes, we're about to be there. You'll be out. Like these, like I'm like there.
Crazy we get that moment from Killskate and they still end up 2-1 in those trades. Another good start for Falcons. This time a better close. So we got a good mix of, opening.
哎呀，到底面哪里呢？印尼我打了，好不好？啊，标票来了，对啦。标不票呢？老蛋蛋嘛嘞，路来讲标不票呢，路来讲标不票呢。乜打 brother 嚟？路嚟講標唔標？標得。你嚟啊，brother 標唔標啊？FaZe 3မလား FaZe ဝင်မဲ့ထင်တာဆို Rookie ကောင်းမှာပဲဝင်တော့မှာဗျ Rookie မကောင်း3မှတ်တော့နိုင်သွားတော့တယ် FaZe ကို Vitality ကိုနိုင်ပြီးတော့အထင်ကြီးပြီးဇက်တိုက်လိုက်ချတာဖင်မအမွှေးပါမကြံဘူးပြောင်းတာတော့ပါတော့အန်ဂျီတူမုံကိုကတော့ရှေ့ဘိုးတော့ဝင်လောက်တယ်ဟုတ်တယ်တဲ့အော်ပါ9တိုင်းရနွားဖြစ်နေတော့ဒီဘက်ဆမ်ပိုင်နဲ့လလမှမဆိုင်တယ်လို့ပဲအဲ့ဒါကြောက်ဖို့ဒီမှာ channel ပြန်ဘလို့ report ထူဟဲ့လို့ဒီလိုဘက်ဖက်ကောင်ဝင်လာတဲ့ဖက်ရှင်ရဝင်ဆက်လက်မှာအဲ့နှစ်ပွဲပဲကြံဟာလားဟော FaZe အနိုင်ရ G2 နိုင်ရကြလားbro မဖြစ်နိုင်ဘူးတော့မဖြစ်တော့ဖြစ်နိုင်ပါတယ် FaZe နည်းနည်းကောင်းမို့လို့တယ် Broky ပြေဟိုကောင်တွေးဆိုတော့ဖျက်ချုပ်နေလို့များအကုန်လုံးပြေကိုလေသူကလည်းတယောက်ချုပ်နေကြတယ်အဲ့ဟိုတယ်ကန်းနဲ့မဘာလုပ်နေလို့တယောက်လည်းချုပ်နေတယ်ဒီကောင်လေးကလည်းနည်းနည်းတော့ဖင်ကြုံကြည့်အောင်ဟုတ်တယ်ဘေးတော့ဖင်ကြုံသွားတယ်ဒီကဖက်ဆိုဘွဲပဲတွဲလိုက်ရမှာညဖိနေဖိမြောင်းတာပဲဟိုအဖေတော့ထိုးတာဒီချောက်ပွဲတွဲလိုက်တာဟုတ်လားစံပပီရပြတော့FaZe ရုံးဟိုလေအသိကြီးတယ်ဆိုပြီးသင်ကိုပြန်ခွဲပေးတာအားရအပီတာ
Showing that Monacy is not the only offer who can swing that rifle. Nice snap over to Tesses. 4 kills on the round. Huge clutch. And a very critical one. We said that, it's about winning the right rounds. Well, we go now back and forth 5 times.
That's the only thing. Yeah, report there.
Keeping Falcons CT side.
They have look at that on my against 30 things.
That's a game saver.
And I chat on Libby.
everybody for that.
Oh my god, let me see.
Especially Torzi.
Sorry, bro.
Oh, that would have been expensive and a great chance for Falcons. Turned sour. Money is crazy right here, even for both sides.
Yeah, that's why, guys. Listen. Just to recap a little bit what they done. Just take a breather here, huh?
Gotta shrug it off.
My there.
Falcons no stranger to winning rounds
Well,
like that
you
themselves.
you're
This
like
match,
that,
you're
yeah.
gonna know
Came
you
on to
will
see
look
your
for one.
aggressive.
Low
Okay.
X factor on both sides here. Counter-Strike's entertaining. 6 rounds into it.
Okay, Mac down.
Floating around in the
Lily,
apartment.
AK. Okay, wanna see.
Jimmy has really
Start aggressive. Don't ya? How I miss you? It don't. Brulan was so do that. Yo, I probably yare so Brulan here. Nico, you play my thing that Nico quite. He also gets Spanish so me do in there. The one with the woman. Do on PM Span and here. He also got in there. Need Raji in the Geo channel. I will let him spam you. Hold on like that. I probably they want to see Isao, no?
SS taking steps
Oh, sorry.
away from apartments.
They want Boraza. You're love you. So I should trade with Jordan. It springs at towards the near the Mima. Stack here. I was going to do Jordan here. I was going to also get him on the Ziba Tashin in the Apibiro. He said, tomorrow to get tested there with General.
The apartments make sure
Well, you know,
push.
don't want yank that near. Go low, PM, tell her to told the
This guy's killing
Bruno.
puts him in such an amazing spot right here. I mean,
Need
they
not
have
say
Falcons,
Messi, they
so,
want him-
you know, the mollies are down to the
Well,
exertion
be the one I know,
and-
ho,
but
wow.
he's up here in halls.
If he spots anything on short side, you think they're going to go for this brackets peak. They'll
Say, Budu, she, ha, machine as well, call it up this away. Not going to kill to get to say with General. Like him, kill to get. You know, that low one, I swear, hold on, there, low one's painting there.
blasted. Tessa
That we got here, second, oh my god.
stands between Mouse and this ball.
Same machine, Bora, go show on me. How does it? How does it? That's it. How trouble get the other defense warrior.
Two pieces on the arch side and does it all his own.
Oh, what a response out
Yeah,
of Texas.
oh, guys, I didn't know. Okay, but I love it. You're going to tell me, I mean, going to eat on me, Luma Miano, huh? Why it? The Ilumia, Walla. Oh, well, Gruna the game, I got to go. Beat the wall, I'm beat the wall,
Tessus has made up for what has gone wrong inside of brackets many rounds now. It's crazy how nicely Tessus fits into this lineup. It feels like Stare on Astralis. Sometimes he's the one who takes all the shine. Even if when you look at this lineup, you wouldn't have expected him to fit into it.
Over the low. Bam. Okay, Oshbog, but tell you Dan to the wanna see. Rula Matea, wanna see. Wanna see. How much Lado on the Oshbog low? I'm one of the not popular and the compile of Yamia Udi, which have young wife on Tech 9. I'm a bar, popular about referee, Jordi Boga beat SP2 50 at DK. Okay, test it. Oh, test it double kick. Nico to go.
Well done, Falcons. Finally, we've got 2 rounds back to back.
And honestly, with up kills early in the game,
Well,
he's
let me
feeling
do
himself.
you. Hey, I'm being a bit of being
You got a
there.
guy like Tessus in pit
Well,
right
so
now,
be a
so
down
you
below.
have a lot of freedom.
Rules,
11 and 4.
rules, things you blow with them, which be. Wrong about
Nico on a fast rotation was the emergency protocol so that Tessas didn't have to get another 3K.
Somebody report sure. Okay, so you're need help. Yes, you know, trolley, FD. No one. Mouse equal round model. You saw your busy in Asia. Stress, boga sayori. Hindi to na bro.
You got to step up.
Team, you know, one of our men, city map, brother. The bandage. I'm a team rate, man, a little there. Train away. The up your man line here.
You were teetering even off that win. They had a responsibility to help him, find some leverage.
Yeah, boy, where we are? Right here.
The only one not reading notes.
No, go around so just tambo tama to the tambo tama so go around shout look at go around no what check you saw be beat them on the mambo.
Simple's hotel room.
What did you do about the routine there? What did you do about it? Phase 3 mà thì mà biểu đó biểu à chỉ biết là tôi của sĩ số này à
On inanimate objects.
그러지 어디 트러블다 스트랩 봐라 사이에 배တွေ့လို့ကလစ်နဲ့လောက်တာဘုတ်ကလေးအဲ့ဒီကနေ strap ပြပါလေးထုတ်ပြီးပေးရအောင် strap ဘုတ်ကို
Mouths have had their powwow.
Oh, you do it now.
Had to accept the last
I
two
love it, bro.
Go Falcons, neither of which with a bomb plant. Shouldn't be finding anything here. Not a kill, and not the plant. Reload over towards the pit. Yeah, no possibility whatsoever for Mao's bloodbath as they finally get that aim on site. Let's hope their talk comes out with a solution.
Wasn't likely, but no kills, no plant, lots of money for Falcons. They win the right rounds. The CT side has bounced back hard. They've got some problems. It's kind of crazy. They've got some problems inside. Even those rounds they lost inside of brackets, they were up material. They had good players. And
ဒီတရားနဲ့ depend ပြန်လဲနိုင်တယ်အဲ့ဖိုးတော့ဖြစ်သွားမယ်ဆို Falcon တက်တော်လေးချင်းနေကောင်းတယ်ဒီ side ကနေ worry များလာဖြစ်တဲ့အတွက်ခုခုတော့ပြလုံးနိုင်ကောင်းပါရဲ့ပေါ့နော်ဆိုတော့အခုကြည့်ထက်ဆက်12ကောင်ခုနကဝယ်ရှုံးခုနကဝယ်မပြစ်ခဲ့သမျှဒီမှာကောလာပြစ်ပြရတယ်
Had a chance to collect their thoughts with the aggressive mid peak, but it nets him nothing. Certainly will scare Mouse though, and then a nice bank frag off of the mid wall is going to deal
ခဏ
with
တော့
Jimmy.
ဝတ်ထူတော့မလို့သူကလေးကမှစောင့်ရ
Trying
လာ
to turn up
လုံး
the
နေ
tempo. It's been a few slower
မှန်ပါတယ်
positions here for Mouse. I think partly because Falcons
ချစ်ဆုံးတော့တယ်ကလူဝင်လာတော့ချစ်ဆုံးတော့
back a little bit.
ပေါ်ဖလာတယ်အော်ထပ်ပြီ
I mean, they've got this
Ah,
deep smoke
worry.
on B. This isn't respected by
No,
Mouse
no.
at some point. It has to be.
ပြီးရဖလာတော့မြင်တယ်တော့ဖကုံကတော့ဒီနေ့ပြန်မလာတော့ဘူးဆေးဖကုံကတော့မစိုးပါဘူးအမေဒီစိတ်တော့ on ရတစ်ဆက်ကြီးပဲတောင်းတယ်လေမောင်
Waiting for
Let's
this
see.
peek out, but the
Let's see.
opponent's
That's all I
well
saw, yeah,
inside
okay.
it. It's covered.
Ah, yeah,
Now
he's
with
bringing
Nico
Nico
dead,
Yara.
Monacy off his
Want to
angle.
see.
Look how
You're not a
easy
Jerry
he's gotta
Borara.
deal with the balance
Tess it.
instead. And that's going to open the door for the short push to come through. TSS can't stop the first one crossing to the box. Monacy goes down with nothing.
Okay.
Nicely done here for Mouse, cutting through that setup with clinical executions. I mean, that pop onto Nico frazzled everything else on A for the
ဒီကနေ့
Falcons.
တော့စောင့်တယ်ကိုမကိုလည်းဦးတော့ပဲမသွားပြီးပါပါဟိုမတို့တယ်ကမှထိရဲကေဝဖောက်ပြီးရတာ ရတယ်လက်ပေါက်တာတဲ့
They had that lead the whole time, so it never felt like a problem.
မ
His impact has been so important.
ရှမလေးတွေချောတယ်
And this
ပေါ်
one's a
တယ်
little different. It's a little faster. It's also toward this pretty a-centric T half.
အဲ့လိုလိုမျိုးစေးလိုက်တာကောင်းတော့ဒါလေးစေးကြတာ
That's partially because the game plan's been changed and they lose players at car. They come back to brackets, lost more success over there.
Right, right.
Cyclone says nothing to be too excited about yet.
I think the nature of the Mirage
ပြည
comeback
နိုင်ရင်တရား solo ပြမရလို့ trade ကိုဒီလိုဝင်ရေးပေးရဆို
until that 13th is secured.
solo ပါတယ်ပြပြလား
It's map 3.
ပြန်လာတာ
Series A.
5
Really gonna do this.
တော့ဖြစ်လာပြီကျွန်တော်ဒီမှာတဲ့တဲ့ network တွေကြည့်မယ်ဆိုတော့
Making use of Sonic's
ဒီလိုကြာကောင်းတာတော့
If you want to look at the last map as a free map, when's the last
Mouse
Falcons
blue
doing
to
it? Falcons already. How many times can they give up a free map?
Yeah. It's the thing too, you know, Mirage as a pick for
Bye-bye,
Falcons was
hey.
this new evolution since Chengdu.
maybe ဘယ်လိုဖောင်းမယ်လို့ပါ
I was expecting it maybe with the plans, but not able to stop it. You know, we talk about how Mouse do generally extend the series for the most part. The majority of the, you know, head-to-heads in this season have been extended to that third, and maybe they're in the
တော့ဒီအောင်နေပဲ rifle လေးလဲဆိုတဲ့အနေထားမှာကျွန်တော်ဒါ mouse နေပုံမှန်နဲ့ပြင်းပြင်းဘုံလုံးဖြန့်ထားပြီးတော့နားတော့ပြီးမှပြန်ပြီးစုမှန်နေတူပါတယ်ဒီမှာ user တွေတိုက်ပွဲပါညာရှူရှောင်းဝူးဝါးနေတဲ့
The bag. That was a bitter finish. Did not even have an overtime to speak of. A perfect
မ
comeback.
ဖြစ်တော့လွယ်လေပြရတော့ဟို finger တွေကုန်းမရတဲ့ဟို1 finger 2 finger
just reminds
push နေ
Falcons
ရောက်က down
of
syndrome ကို
Falcons
versus of the day လူစားအောက်လာတယ်လူစားအောက်မလူစား22 bracket ကိုသွားမှနိုင်တဲ့လူကတက်မှာတက်မဲ့ပွဲဆိုတော့အသေးသေးသက်ဆိုတာနောက်တစ်ပွဲဆိုတာ
You know, it was
ခက်တိုင်းတယ်မသေးရဘူး
without even a bomb,
Wait, where?
so they'll be trying to tap back in with a dominant round win.
ကြောက်ရ
And they'll do so
တော့
by
တက်
getting
သွား
in,
တော့ကောင်းတော့
pushing Mouse away from Banana.
ရှမလေးနေချိုးတယ်ပေါ်နေ
At least that's what this looks like momentarily. Brolin leaving bomb at the bottom of middle as him and Zershin are going to go.
အားရအောင်ချိန်နေချိန်တော့1 minute တော့ဖြစ်လာပြီ
Always want to have
အေးဝမကြိုးစားနေရရောဒီဘက်မှာလည်းလာပိတ်နေတယ် Texas နေရစမဆုံးကြလာပြီဆိုတော့သူတွေနဲ့ timing guys တွေးပြီးတော့ counter smoke ပြန်ချထားလိုက်တယ်ဗောနော်
and they do establish. The problem is they don't actually pull a rotation.
Falcons remain 3 strong.
I mean, Nico's over
လူ
here.
ပြန်စုတယ်လူပြန်စုတယ်အေးသွားမယ် wanna see ဒီသွားပြီးနေတော့တိုးမှာလား Watch ဘက်ကတော့မသွားသင့်တော့ထင်တာ wanna see အော်ကြီးနဲ့အများကြီးရှိနေတတ်တာ
Instead, you don't have Nico floating outside of library, but Monacy picking up arch side, and we've already seen his critical shots on arch side land.
Any more time, and maybe Monacy starts to second guess this. We'll see.
We'll see how much pressure comes up lane. We'll see if Tesses dies immediately.
Bomb spotted.
If he doesn't, Monacy starting to take a look from both ends, but he'll
အာရ wanna see နေတယ်လာတယ်ပြတ်ခုတ်ထုတ်နေပြီ15 second wanna see ဟို brilliant ဆောင်းရှင်ထော်ပြီးတော့ wanna see တစ်ချက်ဖြတ်လွဲသွားတယ်နောက်တော့ထပ်ပြီး drop okay wanna see နေတယ်ဟုတ်တယ်ဗျာအကောင်းဆုံး defense ဆောင်းသေးတယ်
Torji inside of the bomb site will get away with this.
မဆိုအော်ပီနီပီတက်ကောင်မြင်တယ်ငါတို့တစ်ချက်ကျွန်တော်တစ်ချက်ပူစီပါမီနီပီတက်ကောင်ကြည့်မစမို့တွေကလည်းပေါ်တိပြန်လာတယ်
Hunts down that
အားတယ်ဒီနည်းနည်းလေးကြုံလိုက်ပြီးတော့ဖင်းတော့ပြောင်းပြီနော်ချိန်လာတာဗျာ
That pallet blocks
Oh, yeah.
as Jimmy just tucks his head down, and now time is starting to tick off the clock. Falcons retake, much needed.
It's one of two spotted. It really comes down to Torji.
Playing off of a single flashbang here in the hands
ပြည့်ရပေါ်တာနဲ့ကြာနေပြီ
Off's not up, then the swings can come
ဂျင်မီ
out. You catch him using
wanna
the
see
piece.
okay ထော်စီဂျင်မီကစ်ချောင်ရလိုက်တယ်
3 for 3 versus Monacy with the off.
ထော်စီနဲ့ထပ်မကြည့်ညပဲ
Pop the headshot. Jimmy gonna find it.
These guys
Man
are
disadvantage post-plant win here for Mouse.
Wow, feels like that's happening every round. They're able to
Money
take
and
a side. I mean, this
John
one is 5 versus 3, but the fact that Monacy gets
I
all
won't be
those
able to-
kills and they still can't deliver. They even
I
have
don't
Nico
know.
make a cameo over on the A site, just as a little extra bit of insurance. The only thing that was really missing, the final failsafe, is a half rotation from the B player to make it kind of like a 4A setup. But again, I mean, with the way Tessus has been playing and Nico helping out, you think that's not going to fail at all.
Big nade damage for Brolin to have to deal with in round 12.
This has been a different kind of inferno. Lots of 8 plays, lots of low number wins.
You can tell still that the pressure sits on Mouse's shoulders. I mean, look how solemn they look after that 2v3 post plant. At the start of this game, when they were winning rounds, there was pop-offs, there was reasons to cheer. And this is all business for the moment for
ဒီတော့
Mouse.
ကတ်စာကြည့်ချင်တယ်ချစ်ဆုံးက
Barrage certainly still
ချစ်ဆုံးတော့
left the sting. We're looking at now back-to-back successful individual endeavors from Torji.
အိမ်မခိုးတက်နေအောင်ပါ
This should be a good equalizing round
လူ
here.
ရောက်ဆောင်နေရ
Falcons on the map control.
သူက decision making ဒါဆိုဒါကြားလိုက်ပြီလား၄ရောက်ဆောင်နေရ bro ရေ
How often have Mouse called themselves in a stack?
အဲ့ဆိုင်ရ
Two anti-eco rounds. Bomb still in the right spot. No kits in play here for Falcons. Oh, but they get a kill. Ooh, they get a kill.
Nico win
as well, and now Nico's going to start moving around.
Pop-up, though, from Sphinx from underground.
But now they have to go B. They know. CTs are going to know it's B.
Ahead of the smoke as well as Kicksan. Molly's come over for second Orange. Good
Oh,
duel.
this is wise from
Victorious on
Monacy. He's
Brolin.
not peeking into mid. He's chilling.
ဟိုအေးပြန်ပေးတာအမှ Monacy တယောက်တည်း defense ပြီးတော့ပဲ
Torch side.
Ah.
Best hit out of Sphinx. Not only finding that kill from underground, but then the follow-up entry.
What a
And it's
kill.
a fast move with a Molotov onto the library. Tesses goes for a desperate angle, and Torji's going to send that warning shot right through the door.
Retakes haven't been going so well. This one's needed.
Missed chance as that exit comes out. Falcons feeling frisky. Already start to work it forward. Torji finds his
He has to
first.
reload.
And as that reload comes through, it's going to be Sphinx to collect his third frag. Thershin out from pit. And yet again, a successful first half here for Mouse.
တော်စီအကွင်းဆိုတော့ပါ
On the attack.
ပြချင်တာနဲ့စားတွေပေါ့ကောအဲ့ဒါစုပြီးဆိုတော့ရောဘာလို့တင်လဲပြောသမ်းဝဲပြီးရင်ဘော်ဒါတွေစုပြီးငွေဆောင်သွားမလို့ဟိုရောက်ဘာလို့တင်လဲဟိုဘိုးအောင်ကဲလေလူတွေလေဟိုရောက်တော်တော်များများလုပ်ကြတာတော့ဖေးရိုက်တာတွေရက်တောက်တာရဲ့စီးရလိတ်သွားစီးရလိတ်ဒီလားစီးရလိတ်သွားစီးရလိတ်မှာအညာကဲလို့ရတယ်ရှေ့သူချင်းချင်းပြည့်တွေးကြော်လာရှော့တယ် brother ကျွန်တော်ပဲကြည့်နေတာတမ်းမကြောက်ဘူးလေဟောအိမ်မှာလေဘာသူပဲပြမယ်ဆိုပြီးချမ်းမာလေးချိုးတယ်ပေါ်တယ် Bruce said, hey. So like yeah. What do you want to do?
too. They felt like everything was kind of falling into place, and now you're seeing that kind of.
这我的不是 UAE 啊，像人，都把 burger 带完，一波人了。呀，本来有几位五百万，哈，怕一嘞。我那跟你说，跟你上面说的，我都明白没得了，没得。我说，这个呢，明年弄，俺不得比了。改了嘞，水满的来修了不？不是写稿的，那么写稿的，OK，那写稿呢，明白得不？啊不是，就叫面龙auto 阿高那个呢，把嘛，做不了样，这分个面了，今天不上。哪里去了？我背着面烧我今天晚上。just 比较ရေးကြည့်နေတယ်ဘီတူဖီတဲ့အတိုင်းပဲဝင်မယ်ဘောရဟာဘီတူဘယ်ရဘလို့ချတာလဲဟာအလားလေးကိုဟေးဒီမပြည့်တယ်လို့ချတာလည်းပြောစရာကြီးနော်အော်မလဲတော့ပိတ်တာရန်ကောင်းတယ်ရွှေညံတော့စူးရောက်ကြတယ်အခုမှ Texas ကမှ lucky လောက်နေပဲ၄កောင်လုံးကဒီဘက်ကလာဝင်မကြိုးစားနေတာ2 3ကိုလူပြမငယ်လာကိုမနေစီတော့တို့သူပြောတော့သူမန်နာမလဲဖက်ဝမ်ဗီဇရောနိုင်ရမှာဆိုမနိုင်ဘူးတစ်လေရပြီဘော့စ်ကဂိတ်3သွားပါလားမသိဒီတော့မပါတဲ့ပွဲဟာချစ်ဆုံးဟာမပြောဘူးချစ်ဆုံးရေ
And they're all going to try to come at him. They'll gun him down for surviving and 4 successful pistols now for Mouse.
Yeah, I mean, just convert and then it should just be smooth sailing. Like the definition of autopilot to play CT Inferno for this team.
Not a bad reward here for Zershan.
The flash timing's beautiful. You see on the screen below you, 2 players blind. Rollins hits everything and Dooley's best thing to have in the spot.
Ooh, giving credit there to Cyclone for the call on the pistol.
DK ရဲ့ glory ရဲ့ဆိုတော့ကျွန်တော်ကိုထားတာလောကသိတာဒီကို DK ဘာညာရှာကြည့်မယ် okay
Not every day you get to see.
ညနေကော95ခုနကလည်းမစိုးပါဘူး10 5လောက်ကမ်းဖက်လာပြောလို့မရဘူးလေဟုတ်ကောစစ်တီမှာနေပြီးတော့ကြခဲ့တာပြန်ပေးဆက်နေရ
In CS:GO.
He was very good, actually. Relatively speaking, of course.
တော့မစောတင်တော့ဒီလိုဆို basic
Like
intel
one
တီး
coach that stood in that.
ပေးရတယ်ဘုန်းနဲ့ mouse မှာစောက်ရဲတောင်ပြန်နေမှာတော့စောက်ဖို့ဟုတ်တယ်
Right. Gary on Ancient.
မှန်တယ်ဗျာမှန်တယ်
Desert Eagle here for Nico to try to work with. We go to a minute 10 and we get the 4 players stack up in the apartments met by smoke. What's going to stop them? It's meant to just be Jimmy. Just Jimmy, they said. Flash finds its mark and that's
ဒီစင်လာပြီ glory နဲ့စိုက်တော့ရောက်လုံးမကြိုး swing စင်နဲ့ခုံပြီးတော့ပြစ်လိုက်တဲ့ပုံမှာနောက်တော့ထပ်ပြီးထောစီ swing
because the one mid frag is immediate. It's then
Think trouble with
players
Toby,
staring
not
up towards the balcony.
အသိညာလို့ကိုသိကြရပါရတယ်လာ3800တော့ဖြစ်ကျင်တော့ဆရာမပါတယ်အဲ့တော့တောက်လို့မရဘူးစိတ်ညစ်နော်ဆရာမပါလားအဲ့ဆိုတော့ TI ပဲ group လိုက်ဆိုတော့ game လေးစော့ပေါ့
Team with hope,
ပြီးရင်ငွေဆောင်မှာဆိုရင်ဟိုကစီးလို့ရတယ်လေ
with logic.
နေပါလဲ၄ဘိန်းလေ
They have everything in place.
ဘာလို့ခေါ်လဲ
Fine,
Becky
but they just have to close.
Becky စင်းလို့ရအဲ့ဒါပါဝဲတောင်းမပုံပေါ့ဟဲ
Sounds so easy.
ဘာလို့ဟာတော့ဝဲရတော့ဂျင်းနေဝဲနိုင်ဘာလို့ပါဆိုတော့
Maybe comes flying down at them. Nico going to take his
Ping
task
out there.
towards a banana.
နောက်သွားမလို့
Oh, well placed.
So another one. That's going to be good too. Oh, a little far.
Fine
85 damage off the first one. Then the sudden pop out through that smoke. They're going to try to chase him. Brolin dunks on Monacy.
ဆိုတော့ Monacy တော့နေကြီးနဲ့ပြစ်ခွဲလိုက်တယ်ပြီးမှ3កောင်တော့ထက်ရှိနေသေးတယ် Monacy သေးသွားတဲ့နောက်မှာရှေ့ကိုစွတ်တိုးပြီးကြိုးစားနေတယ်ကျွန်တော်ဒီဘက်မှာကျွန်တော်ဒါ border 2កောင်တော့ပြန်ပြီးရှင်းဖို့ကြိုးစားနေ retake ဖို့ဟာဟေ့ကန်းကိုင်းနဲ့တကောင်ဆွဲစားလိုက်တယ်ဒီဘက်မှာလည်းတက်ဆက်တကောင်ထက်ရလိုက်နောက်တကောင် Jimmy ကိုတက်ပြီး time ban နေ Oxford ကပြေးလာ Kyosuke တော့ရောက်လာပြီ Jimmy နေနဲ့သဘောတော့ပေါက်တယ်ဗျသူနေနဲ့ရသလောက်လေးပုံထားလိုက်တယ် pop flat တစ်လုံးချတယ် Oxford မှာဒီဆက်နေမှာဆို Kyosuke လည်းပြဿနာရတယ်ဖြစ်လာနိုင်မှာ Kyosuke Jimmy လက်ချက်နဲ့သေဆုံးသွားပြီ 3 chill ဆိုနေထားရောက်သွား mouse နေတော့ T side မှာတော့သူတို့ပြထားမှာတော့အကောင်းဆုံးပဲပြန်တော့ CT မှာတော့ C side မှာလုံးပြခဲ့တာဖြစ်တယ် CT မှာ easy လုံးလို့ရုံပဲအော်ရပြေးပြီးဆွဲနေ Jimmy ရှော့တယ်ဟုတ်တယ် boiler မှာတိတ်တိတ်လေးလမ်းလျှောက်လာနေ Roland တော့မသိဘူးတော့ကောင်လုံးကခွဲသွားပြီးတော့လမ်းခွဲပြီးတော့
And yet still stays silent. So Kicksands
Oh,
clutch
yeah.
shoot up from 2 to the 3rd, spots the 4th, and with Zershin going silent, he's lost them in the smoke. Kicksand gets killed. Mouse secure their tank.
Oh, very nice.
Smoke
Close
being
right
a
now.
sound,
Amazing
come
out of
on,
Jimmy.
Leo.
The fact that he gets Kyosuke.
သူ们讲跟中文啊我这里面呢这里ထွက်လာတယ်
Never
ဖိရတယ်
We've seen so many rounds. Falcons had the man advantage. This one, it comes in the mid round. Like they get 2 kills back out of nowhere. But in all these spots, where it seems like Mouse are in a bad spot, they overcome. We're in Galil territory for Falcons if they want to buy.
Jimmy ဟာကောလို့ကြည့်မယ် Jimmy ဖတ် Jim ဖတ်ပြောတာ Jim ဖတ် Jimmy ဆိုတော့သူကဟိုဟာနာမည်လေပုံမှန် real နေလို့ဆိုရင်ဗီဇာရော over လေးနဲ့ထိန်ခဲ့တာတော့
Is that to calculate?
တူဝီလို့လား
Yeah, there's money being tossed around here. AK-47 for Nico, Galil on Monacy, pistols for the rest. They crunch the numbers. They keep a bit of surplus.
ကျွန်တော်တို့ကတော့ Reggie ချုံနေပြီလားဟဲ့
They sold back. They got rid of
ဘယ်
the
စပိုင်းနေ
bullet
တော့ no
for
price
the
ဆို
pistol
တော့
instead.
လူပါဘူးအပါပဲလို့တာ
This is Falcons. There was a bit of uncertainty here in the purchase.
Damn fight careful ကိုမြင်တဲ့ Falcon round နေပဲဒီကလေးနဲ့အစပွင့်လိုက်
They took time out. They're fucking shaking, boys. Fucking noobs.
Talk your shit, Jimmy.
Yeah, after he put that up, man, he was probably rock hard.
拖စီတယ်拖စီရော拖ဆိုရော
I don't think Noobs would have made that comeback on Mirage, though. It's fighting words with a 5-round
ဒီဝက်ဆို
lead.
လို့ဖြစ်တော့ဒါ
You
ပေမဲ့
better keep up
GM
that
ရှိနေတာဒါအတိတာပါ
spirit
ဟုတ်
if
ပါ
Falcons find a way to put you on your ass with just this single AK.
Your stack နေ rifle နေဝညာ
But I
ကြီး
haven't
လို့
seen
ကျိုး
like
သားနေ
timidness out of Mouse. Still happy to find, apply pressure, go for the util.
Just have such a good inferno,
boy
right?
chill
It's something they can bank on.
အာတိုင်မင်းထောက်ထားတော့မလားပြီးမှထွက်လာတယ်
In this head-to-head
ဆိုတော့အဲ့ဒါတွေကတိတ်ကိစ္စဖြစ်ဒီဘက်မှာခိုးပြီးဘနာတော့တိုးနေဖယ်ကွန်တော့ကိစ္စတော့ရှိတယ်ဖယ်ကွန်တော့ကတော့ဇာချင်းနဲ့ဘရိုလန်နဲ့လုပ်ဖြစ်ပါမလား
Kicksands' little bit of presence might be slightly unnerving here for Mouse. Torsi's coming on over.
ပြီးစကြဲ
And these smokes, yeah. That wouldn't do much, except they're actually going to use them. I mean, they're coming back to
ကြီးရ
the
ဘာ
A
ဘာလို့
site.
ကက်တာလားကြီးရကက်တာမကြီးရထွက်တယ်တော့ဆိုတော့ချိန်ပြရမယ်မိမလေးယူဝဲ6လောက်ကြီးယူပြရစေဆိုပြီးတရားထွက်တာတဲ့လည်းပြောင်းနေချိန်လိုပြီးတော့ကိုထင်းတဲ့ပုံမဲဆိုပြီးထွက်လာတာအဲ့ဟော
timing is what Spinks gets. Couple of backs turn. He hears that rush coming at him. They're going to have to go real deep to get him out of here. Flashbang meant to get him out, but he swings in, knows that he was time limited. Torsi collects Nico towards the short side. Monacy's M4 grabbed, and time's going to expire. Cannot afford to die here.
Yeah, he's
And
gotta
it looks
get
like
out of
he'll
here.
get away with it. A little awkward towards the end, but
This is kind of silly. I mean, they had
he
Kicksands.
saves.
Yeah,
ရမ
Kicksands
လေးတွေ
tries
ပို့
to
လို့
peek
ဦးလေး
in
ပါ
the
လေချောင်း
middle,
ဘယ်မှာ
but,
ကြည့်ရလဲဘယ်ဘာလို့ကြည့်ဟာတော်ဒီမျက်နှာထင်းတော့တင်ပါတယ်ဒီကောင်လေးဒီကောင်လေးမျက်နှာနဲ့တူတယ်
both times they do
ဒီမှာ
it,
နဲ့
there's
တော်
no
ဒီမျက်နှာနဲ့
like
အိမ်ဖြတ်ဝဲလာတာ
all they did was see that this was clearly
Please,
a
yes, sir.
fake.
Expression
Second
shit
time,
now.
there's someone sitting in copy, obviously Spinks, and he takes the timing because it's so late into the round. So Falcons, I don't think were as tricky as they thought they were. They didn't get the rotations they were looking for. Every time they picked the site, Torsi was right back there too. So not much to go over here for Falcons, and now we're at the point of the game where they're very grateful they won Mirage.
The minute
But don't see all in it daily. He thought Joda and Nico Chapter and Nico Banana Kena. All I chini one. So to go and kept the teacher Chowny told Zini and Kelsigo Yali. No trick you full 5 minutes. Nico net. Huh? That's your favorite Nico with the why. Whatever Nico Nina to go see there. When does he knock up like tell like 3 or 4, 3 or 5 minutes. Do you have Japan? We want our canning. Most of my boy would learn on the good Yome. Did you make in a land of who has the left bar so me? Look at don't watch it, little and Margaret. Don't want.
Be a shame if he were to die, but that Molotov's going to force his fight in a moment. Flashbang comes out to save him, and he does get away. Not unscathed, but still 40 health to try to hold off on Arch.
I mean, him being alive here means Frolan has
But
a
you
lot
are
more
new.
freedom.
We just learned the top of that. I didn't refer to the 5 1 but over.
Smoke is annoying here for
He
Falcons.
does
They're very
chow when
comfortable in front of it. It's going to be time to go
You
in
get
this
on bar,
direction.
but we haven't in there.
And they've come for the final re-clear on mid. Falcons don't
You
move
get
soon,
on
it's
with
just
the hope
over.
they're cool. Let up at 10 there. Let up at 10 there. Just so we get for gamma man.
Now majority here in front of this execute.
Molly too.
That's going to hurt, man. 20-second incendiary.
need to-
Somebody's
Don't
going
need to
through
go
it on
for
fire.
surely.
They're going to try to trudge through. Zertian ready to receive. Monacy's got the answer. A little space created, but it's
I
only
see a
a
good
little.
point.
And there's a
I'll
lot
speak
of
there.
Mouse on the
Get my
other
boy.
side of that CT smoke. So they'll
So you
come
man,
really
you
through
the
with conviction.
yeah,
And
there.
we are on the brink of pushing this series over to Nuke.
I mean, it was the quad play. They actually did read where Zertian was going to go, and they mollied him. So there's one moment where they could have got that kill, but he was just nasty this whole round. Perfect timing on the smoke. Used his molly. Great shot here from Torzy. It's just way too comfortable for most of the round.
Shaman need born a chill. Hi, the night where to get off face where lamb. Yeah, so now on the game you don't the night where night now. Sorry, I'm out there 9 lamb. I'm going to do the yellow lamb. Why show it is so for it? For it. Ah, to do the back when hey. 5 4 the need have a Kalina Jody, my Jim Miro Yadi. No Sphinx and Dan Trigger. Permanent.
Catches him off. Brolin's trading places. Josuke goes through. And while Nico kills Torzy, they still don't know about this Galil, so that'll catch the ball, but he doesn't have the bomb. Brolin's gonna best
I want to see the way channel. I want to see Damatiago be quite another cause. He have your beat on it. Also on Brula already. Sifonia, we're not out of without permanent coat of you.
Inferno on the line. Fakes the drop. Comes back at it, but CT too far off. Brolin starting to step forward. Oh, he's watching mid. And that's where
You want
Monacy
dinner? I want to
strikes.
see save the day. Timing it.
A 6th round of the
We're
board.
going on that call. I look me around.
Is this much like Mirage? Now Falcons' chance to come back.
It's just, I feel like too much depth has been shown already
Holy
in both maps
damn.
now for Mouse, whereas back on Mirage, there was no depth shown, and it was an entire comeback. It's one clutch, one 1v1 where they pick it up. And very aggressive, by the way, the most aggressive round we've seen out of Mouse because they're trying to just keep it different. Still lots to prove here for Falcons. And with the utility doing half the job.
Spell it.
Zertian's got body
Spell
slammed
it.
over.
Shima.
And then
Oh,
Sphinx
so when you
collects.
go with sure.
Kyosuke
That's
denied
okay.
at a 5 and
Sure.
15 score.
They can jam with the January GM grab and then you
So
by
Kixan
thought.
somehow gonna have to muster together a 3 versus 5.
Their most important
Say
matchup versus
you
Falcons. They
don't
could have 2-0
regret.
this one. They could have.
You the 5 or 8 hour mouse error. Your game 3 though the task of the people game through up yet on and I you like it.
Falcons on. Not this season. But that's the story of this head-to-head. Mouse don't win this season. Does it change tonight to put Torzy into playoffs? I think this is the kind of second map that's going to get Mouse's confidence right back where it needs to be. You know you could have had the 2-0
If you left
sure,
Mouse.
but just focus.
Woo! 30 versus 1 နည်းနည်းတော့ကြာနေပြီမိကိုတော့ဝင်မတော့ရမယ်ဆိုမှ spring ကတော်လေး close တော့ရောက်နေ smooth စမိုက်ဒီ opera ကျွန်တော်ရဝေးတော့ range ထောက်ထားသေးရဆိုမှကျွန်တော်လွဲသွားကောင်းလေး spring ကထက်စားဆိုအလွယ်လေးဟာအလွယ်လေးတော့ပဲကျန်တော့တယ် 1v5
Kixan on ice and put Mouse into map 3, no doubt. Monacy, it was a beautiful 1v2, but he will find nothing.
ကဲကျေးဇူးများတင်ပါတယ်
Fighting spirit. And they are trying to do this
Aji Beto.
for Torzy, trying to exceed expectations. Expectations set all season long that Falcons are simply better. But if they can be beat by Mouse today, we have another contender? Can they do it on Nuke? It's a big question and a hell of a challenge.
ချင်းလိုက်တာရှင်နေအောင်ရေးရှိပဲနောက်ပွဲပြောင်းမလားဂိမ်း3ရှိသေးတယ်လေဂိမ်း3ပြောင်းမှာပေါ့ဝေခဏပြရတယ်ဘယ်ပြေးမှလဲဘွားတော့ဘယ်ကိုပြေးမလဲမရှိသေးအဲ့ဆိုငါလည်းမယုံချင်ငါလည်းမယုံလို့မကြောက်ဘူးတော့ဘုံနိုင်စမ်းတယ်ပဲညင်စားဒီကဘာအိတ်ပြရမလားမောက်ဆန်းပြတော့မပြတော့လားပြမယ်လေချေစောဂိမ်း3ရှိသေးတယ်ဂိမ်း3ပြမယ်
Welcome back to the Star Ladder Budapest Major. Currently looking like Passion UA going to be the team to survive another day here. And for Imperial, they are against the ropes on Dust 2. One map down in the series after conceding Inferno. The first half looked flat, and reminder, they don't have any timeouts left coming into this.
Yeah, and I can't even blame Zach with how that half was going. Like, I think he had to burn him. Yeah, it puts them in a tough spot now, but it might have even been worse if he doesn't spend those timeouts to give them something. His back-to-back timeouts gave him those 2 rounds in a row, let them string up to 4 in the half. And that's at least something to work with, considering it didn't look like it was going to go well at all. A setup for short. Flashbang is out, but ooh, Passion's not even in position to get blinded by that whatsoever. Timing's off, and now they've got the advantage.
No way. As to try to take that first kill. No way gets the damage off. Try finishes the job, and then Cello peeking out long, capitalizing on the opportunity on Grim. So we see Passion UA fall to 3 players.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Passion felt the need to really attack short that aggressively that soon. They kind of saw the stack there, right? They heard the flash, they saw the player fighting, they knew that the setup was 4 short. Could have given some time to let the map kind of play out, the round play out a little bit more and find a different option elsewhere, or just come back into it a little bit later. Smoke is down. Kavem with the P250. Needs to find the openings, but the real strength of this is the Goose player with dualies.
That moves up, flashes into the sky. No way he's going to fall, and then try with a double headshot right back. JT falls off short. And Imperial win the pistol. They needed it. Another triple kill here from Try.
Yeah, and this half can go a little bit crazy. This game can get really weird still. Now, if Try starts warming up into things, they've won the pistol round. He's going to get the AWP out first. Then all of a sudden, like, what happens if we see a performance from Try like we did on Inferno? Good shot with the USP. Same with Cello. Great reaction. Kavem can only get the 1 because Try is just on point in this round. 8-5. Lead's going to disappear real quick. No significant investment from the Passion side of things. We'll see a 3rd round bye.
Cello collapses upon 2 in the lower tunnels. Try and Skulls will finish off the final couple of kills here. And Imperial, smooth start, pistol round and quick conversion. Could be a long old half here for Zach to sit there and watch his teammates line upon Passion UA, calling timeouts to get back on the mic. And right now, you got to be happy with the start of this second half. Here comes the buy very quickly on here for Passion UA. We've got AK-47s in all 5 players. Lack of utility, limited options, and so they go heavy towards B.
Heavy towards the B bomb site we go. 4 players in the halls. Gonna sidetrack that B bomb site, take control of Lover out towards Xbox. Kavem gonna lead the way. Here's these challenges out mid I was discussing before the map began. I think Kavem is gonna love these fights. Crisscross smokes.
Zerk walking up, it's Kavem to find the follow-up kill, and we end up Passion UA grabbing the first couple of kills here, and JT to extend upon it. So Imperial, a massive hole in their defense, and once you concede the B bomb site and you have numbers down, it's just impossible really to get back into it. So this is going to be a 9th round for Passion UA.
I'm surprised to see Noah even in this position. I think, okay, he's just looking for the M4, didn't realize he'd walk past it. So going to grab it along the wall and back away slowly. Lovely opening kill for Halzerk. Tough one to control. Very tight angle between the double doors that he had to commit to a spray to connect with, but he does nail the kill. And then Kavem coming through the smoke, able to double up on Skulls in that mid defense. So pretty easy crack into the B bomb site. And Skulls missed a great opportunity to drop at least one, and who knows what he could have built up after the fact. So despite losing the pistol in the second round, Passion extend the lead up to 9-6, extended by 3. Or in the lead by 3, I should say. Getting ever closer to that 2-2 matchup that would come tomorrow for elimination or playoffs. So close, yet still such a long way to go. Loud conversation in between the rounds as strategies are called. Okay, fast towards long. Want to get Grim to at least take a peek, at least take a quick shot around the smoke. Sees nobody. One is already crossed. He doesn't realize it, but still lands the kill. Great adjustment, but he's got no HP to survive this situation.
Yeah, it's Grim moving out into the position. Cello to drop Grim, and we got a 4v4.
That's information, though. They saw 2 long defenders. They know he killed one. I think they wanted to pick up the pace towards the B bomb site, but decide to call it off and not take the risk with the smokes down.
Multiple smokes down, too. One of the Lurk smoke going out, then the CT smoke comes in to block them, and you have so much time, so you've got plenty of options to figure something else out here for Passion UI. So they do. They run back through spawn, and Imperial is just going to have to sit back and wait for that information to be gathered because there's no one early long. Everybody's playing towards the site. You got Goose and with Skulls. Cello's actually on the bomb site.
Might want to whip out a double door smoke just to prevent information gathering from so that Imperial doesn't realize if you're scaling up catwalk or not. At the moment, Vinny is going to push, and they want to control and take over mid, and they will. Still unknown, though. There's still the risk that Passion is just waiting inside the B bomb site for this smoke to fade, so they can't entirely cheat over towards long. But they've got a pretty good jump and a pretty good sense of what's coming. And here it comes, very quick from Passion.
There's Vinny, straight away onto Hall Zerk, and they move up into the site. The bomb ready to go is Nick's. Oh, it does clear out Cello. Skulls also. And we got JT on the car. One quick kill off the back. And that's Vinny gone, leaving Try in the 1v2. And he can win this because he's been so incredible in this competition so far. And JT is not going to allow him to even take one step out of that smoke. And look at Passion UI's celebration. Smiles back on their faces as they know that's an important round to move forward with.
Yeah, smile on the Rook's faces is adorable. Kavem is just so happy right now because he knows that's just broken the economy. They've got a very good position in this second map of the series now to close things out. 10-6, they've hit double digits, a 4-round lead, 3 away from securing themselves a 2-2 match tomorrow.
I absolutely love it. He adopted the Americanism.
I know,
back
he's
in the day.
a Norwegian that turned into a white trash American. That's now turned into Eastern European. It's amazing.
Flash is going out straight away. Molotov's going to clear out Try. I mean, there's nothing worth even keeping there for Try, so it just gets absolutely blasted through the car window. We're now looking at 11-6, really likely over the next few minutes here, or rather next minute, or even less, because we've got Vinny moving through the tunnels. Nyx is passive, and Passion have taken long control.
All right, Cello, back at the bomb site. That's the only M4, the only chance they have of stealing this round away. Oh, I can't believe Grim didn't spot the head. There's a big gap in that smoke. He's going to cross over quietly. There's the flashbang through the peak, and Grim handles the M4. Kavem handles the play through the smoke, and Grim continues to clear out the bomb site. One final player. And JT grabs that. 11 rounds on the board now for Passion marching towards victory.
Well, this is it. Imperial, their last real fight they've got here in Budapest. It's been a miraculous run from them. Many doubted them in stage 1 of the competition. Imperial have been put in the 0-3 spot pretty much every stage of this event, but have proven the doubters wrong.
Ooh, great follow-up, Nate, onto Vinny. And a lot of attention taken towards the B bomb side. The defense is shifting, and Kavem is going to surprise them coming off short.
Yeah, he's already moving up. Taking some decent space here. He's been detected before he can get any further, and in fact, No Way just stands and takes that fight. No Way's got the advantage of the cover in the bomb site.
That's one of those overeager plays I think you were talking about earlier where you can see him overextend. Really wanted that fight, wanted the Molotov to force him into the open. Now Halzerk's got a tough situation coming.
Halzerk just going forward and try getting taken down, and 3v3 off the back of these engagements. 1 minute left. Yeah, and we could see Halzerk actually use this gap to try and take a further fight at range with the AWP. He's not too far off that flick on up. He'll start using utility of his own and going back again, and this time Halzerk will not miss his opportunity. It's 3 kills for Halzerk in this round, looking to put Passion away on series point.
And this is great too. I love this. I love the play from Passion. I mean, you don't have to commit to anything with 45 seconds on the clock. Just give Halzerk time, give him cover to make things work. Now shifting back into the A bomb site. Good luck, Cello. Let's see what you can do. 1 versus 3 with just a pistol. Flashbang is out. Nobody's home on the railing in the P250. You can't get the job done. Why would it? Vinny left in a 1v3.
Vinny gets cleared out, and it is series point now for Passion UA.
Yeah, I mean, this is an elimination game, and it's supposed to feel intense, but I mean, Passion is just kind of waltzing into a map victory, a series victory as well, and I think everyone in the server can feel it. All 10 players know what's happening at the moment, which is why you see all the Passion players just looking hyped up like they're ready to throw a party, and you see the Imperial players looking like they know they got a long flight ahead of them to end the year.
Well, Nyx waiting it long for this opening. He's going to go into the fight and drop his way back into the smoke. And control taken for Passion UA. Imperial gathering their 4 forces over here towards short and CT. Leaving Vinny solo in the B bomb site. Passion UA, very likely B split coming up, blocking the short players, keeping them back for now as they try and get out through the mid doors. If they do try and finish on this B bomb site, they've got 2 players to deal with now inside of the site. It's no longer just Vinny. You've got Skulls waiting at the doors. Halzerk's cutting off rotations, but he can't get the kill.
Oh, yeah, rare miss, and he's got no support either. Everyone's out middle, so he's got to drop off and be very cautious as he backs up with the AWP. 2 players holding this still. Oh, he spots it, wants to go for the wall bang. Not able to land anything, and they're still staying aggressive about it, so he gives him a haircut.
Try down in towards CT. It's a quick kill onto Grim, and then JT making quick work of Skulls, but it's looking like Imperial able to stay hold and stay afloat here, because this is a round that they desperately needed, and they've picked it up quite comfortably at the end.
Yeah, it was same kind of idea. Passion just wanted to go back towards middle and sort of challenge and take their time and get some of those deep angles, but no one ever deployed the smokes to give them cover to attack anywhere. So TC, while they still have a big lead and plenty of chances, is going to call a timeout to talk things over with his boys and try and find that winning recipe. And he knows it's no time to panic, keeping them calm. 5 rounds remaining, 5 more chances to move on to the series play tomorrow. No cause for panic just yet from the Passion guys. So a new idea provided by the coach, potentially. I think I heard double tunnels. I heard something about JT saying they like to drop CT. Oh, maybe, okay. 2 tunnels, maybe one drops off short into CT spawn, like the reverse mid to B.
Well, let's see if that comes to play. Still have all the weapons available to them that they would like here. Passion UA to give it a good go and close things out now. Obviously needs another miraculous run for Imperial. Just here on Dust 2 to stay afloat. We got Try looking for that opening kill up towards top middle. Not going to be given the opportunity, and obviously knows the timing on that lower tunnel push and doesn't want to get caught. So he's fallen back to the site. Oh, timing that for Halzerk as well. Just missing Skulls crossing over to that B bomb site.
That was a very bold cross from Skulls.
Yeah.
Walking across middle, unsmoked. Fortunate that luck was on his side. Noah eats a good chunk of damage to the Molotov. Don't know if Passion would have been able to hear those sound cues, but again, challenging out middle is Kavem, the front man for this pack mentality between Halzerk, JT, and Kavem. And what we heard during that timeout was double hulls, drop CT. So it looks like we're going to get JT trying to get this set up. They need to force Try off this angle. He's going to start stepping forward into things. Kavem, this is the drop into CT. If Kavem goes down, and ooh, where'd he go?
He's just hiding. Oh, Try eventually going out for the peak. JT is going to be that first victim. And the smoke comes up, no one playing with it. 30 seconds here for Passion UA.
It is exactly what they wanted to go for. The drop CT for a mid to be split, but it's not going to be there. Kavem gives up the drop CT aspect of it. Skulls forced back into being passive, and Grim steps into the smoke to cut off rotation, but the B players need to have success.
And so far, it is only success for the CT side. Imperial stopping Grim coming out through CT spawn, and these rounds all of a sudden looking solid for Imperial. They don't lose a single player in this one.
Yeah, Passion having some issues closing this one out. Round's not looking so easy anymore, so in the dying breath, Imperial step up in back-to-back rounds, and this one might be an odd one for Passion to play. I think what they have 2 AK-47 saved. A couple players are really busted on money. So the buy they bring forward is going to be interesting. And now also with Imperial catching these 2 rounds straight, being within 4 rounds, economy starts to be more of a consideration for Passion, where as soon as you get broken on this T side, the CT side is right there within striking distance. So yeah, you're still not panicked just yet, but in the back of TC's mind, he's like, okay, please God, let's close this out early. Please God, we need to finish this quick so it doesn't become anything.
Because it very quickly can. In MR12, we've seen that. We've seen crazier comebacks. We've seen heartbreaking moments. And it could be another one of them here for Passion UA on Dust 2 if they fail to find the way through on this T side. We've got JT still with an AWP and Kavem with the AK. There's always a chance. You've got these weapons on the table, and with Kavem, with the way he's been playing in this competition, there's a kill through the smoke and hands to the face of Zach. The advantage falls away from Imperial.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, Passion hasn't really been able, it feels like, to have too much success at the A bomb site. They've shut down a couple of times there, so I'm kind of surprised we're not seeing Imperial at least cheat someone towards CT spawn. Very worried about the A hit. And poor Vinny is just going to get overrun behind this lurk smoke. They pick up the pace through to the Molotov. I take back all my words. Vinny has done such a lovely job, and they can't even commit to the B bomb site. They come right back.
That is insane that Vinny's been able to step up like this and give Imperial a chance to win the round.
They don't have the smoke to cross.
Yeah, they've got to fight. They've got to go with bullets, and Imperial have arrived on the rotation over, and in fact, they've nailed the shot. So it's JT into the clutch. A 1v3 with an AWP? I don't think so. So it goes to the AK-47 instead. Backtracks into the site, but they've moved out now. Looking to try and get in position to rip him away once he comes off that plant spot. And that's Vinny keeping Imperial going.
What a great hold from Vinny. The off angle. Molotov forces them into his arms. He knows they've only got one option with the fire at their feet. Great work from one of the most experienced players on the team. And Cello's starting to be vocal as well. 3 rounds in a row, Passion have been stumped. This one, a little bit of a weaker buy, 4 on 5 rounds, still had an element of danger, so not terrible from Passion. A little bit of stress in that chaos of the situation. Vinny doing a really good job holding on to the bomb site. Another timeout called from Passion. I think TC and some of the players are now starting to feel some of that panic, starting to feel Imperial hot on their heels. But the benefit of having that early start is you get all these timeouts at the close. You get all the timeouts at the tricky position. And now, even though Zach burned his early to get his team started, he gets to utilize these as well to help them finish up and try and make this comeback a reality. Overtime is the only thing Imperial have to fight for at the moment.
Win this round, everyone Imperial will feel like it's very doable. Light that fire beneath them, and obviously they've been facing hardships the whole way through the competition. You know, they haven't come into this event as one of the teams you're expecting to pull off upsets, make runs, progress into every stage. So keep exceeding expectations, and Imperial look to do it again. KVM has made his way through the mid doors and just rattling bullets over towards Cello. Keeping him on notice, keeping him occupied.
One thing that I think Zach has adjusted for Imperial throughout this game that's made this defense start to look a little bit more staunch. They've started taking, you know, less deaths in middle early on in these rounds. These mid probes and play from Passion haven't been nearly as effective, and now one defensive smoke kind of neutralizes two of them, but KVM is going to use it as a route to walk in towards CT. Spawn shut down emphatically. Off short we go. They need flashbangs, but they've got none, so Try's got an easy shot onto JT.
Yeah, they're fizzling them out right now. Passion UA just can't find the way forward to get into positions, into post plants with numbers even close to even, but let's see if they can close out a 3v5.
This is going to be such a hard post plant to hold on to. So hard.
Especially with Skulls looking to take another kill. It's Nick's gone, and all of a sudden it's now Grim and Holzerk, and they're getting pushed in from long, CT, and they even have to worry about that short flank, so it's not like Holzerk has the help, so he has to isolate these fights and somehow come away with a multi-kill. He can't do it, but can Grim. He's got to deal with the flank and short as well, and Skulls is just keeping him busy, keeping him occupied as Grim goes into that kill. Now they set up the bodyguard for that defuse, and Grim tries to line it up, but in the end, it's Imperial coming back into it, and they just have too many players left for that retake.
Yeah, I mean, Zach's still just so
what
stressed.
What emotional roller coaster he's going on.
Even though this is getting close, and even though his team is playing well consistently for the first time in this map, it's still just pure stress. Nice block from Cello, and that's the gap that KVM thought he was going to have. Or, I mean, that's the smoke that KVM thought he was going to have, but Cello creates a gap in it that gives him an easy kill. Grim does his best, but because of a Molotov in the site, the bomb was never planted for him. And, man, you can just see the frustration continuing to build up. So Passion going to try and win on a cheeky bust into the B bomb site with Tech 9s.
Vinny Whitty in the back of the side, Skulls and Grim 1-for-1, and they are into the site. We've got KVM clearing them out with a Tech 9. Of course it would be around like this, Jason.
Two critical misses from the AWP, and now they close the gap. And how do you retake this? Try even has an AWP, the worst weapon for this scenario.
Oh, this is going to be so rough for Imperial to get
elimination on this retake.
Knocked out in this fashion, pulling it so close and losing to a B rush. Passion UA mere moments away from surviving to the final day. Cello gets swung on. Cello goes forward through the window, but Holzerk's dealt with no way. JT and Holzerk looking to get the job done, and Holzerk out to the window. It's now just try, and try as they might. Imperial will end here in Budapest. It is Passion UA that fight on to the final day itself. Imperial had one hell of a run. You know, we've talked about this team possibly going out in stage 1, but they're here playing in stage 3, and it's going to be such a heartbreaking loss for them, especially in that fashion, coming so close to forcing out overtime there.
Yeah, but if you're Passion, you got to love the way it performed today. Yeah, you had some difficulty closing things out, but you battled back. This has been a really difficult stage 3 from them. 0-2 to start, losses to G2, lost to Falcons. Liquid, they were able to 2-0, a surprising strong victory there, but now they find another good victory over Imperial, and they've got a shot at the playoffs, and that's all you can ask for if you're Passion in this stage. And obviously devastation for the Imperial side. This project has been building and building and building through these various stages. They know they're not there yet, but the improvement, the signs of improvement, that's what they are going to have to focus on, and Zach's going to have to get their minds in that direction. Once the disappointment of a loss like this kind of fades away, you have to have the team focus on the improvements that you made.
I think we got to see some of the skill that Imperial have within their ranks, right? They have a lot of experience as well in there with the players that we mentioned getting opportunities to play at Tier 1, but not really necessarily able to hang there. You were talking about Cello and Skulls coming over from Furia. Obviously, Skulls had his opportunity in Liquid as well. Try, who's always kind of touted as the next AWPer from South America that's going to come up. I think he definitely showed his skill set at this competition, but there's a lot of work to be done in terms of, I think, finding the balance and the next step for Imperial, but they've shown us a glimpse of what they're capable of.
Yeah, I mean, they've done a good job of showing us some flashes and some brilliance, and some of the players that are going to have big influence on this team moving forward. tries the big one, obviously.
Yeah.
Man, Passion as well, leaving Complexity, coming to a new organization, reuniting with TC, and finding a gem in Kavem. I think he's been the conversation around this team of why they've been able to progress, having an aggressive player like him who enjoys being the point man, enjoys being the first player into action. Kavem has been just as much of a revelation for Passion as you could hope for.
Yeah, it's really working out over there for them, and we'll see if they can make it into the playoffs. It'll be a very tough final day for them, but they have a shot at it.
Yeah, they do, which is crazy. I mean, it's all going to be matchup dependent, obviously, on how likely it is to go through.
Yeah.
Mao's Falcons playing a series right now on the stage. One of those two teams is going to be in that 2-2 group. The next match they get tomorrow is not going to be easy. They're not going to be favorited in any way. They're going to be an underdog in that matchup. So some of those slow starts, some of that kind of quiet first map we got out of Grim and Hulzerk, tomorrow,
Can't happen.
it's not allowed. Like, you just have to be there from the get-go.
Yeah, well, we'll wait and see how it goes down for Passion, right, who they draw tomorrow. I think for the context of this team, though, I think a lot of people started just doubting them and thinking they looked like a team that weren't going to be able to keep up with these results and getting upsets and running deep at majors. Well, I'm sure they're feeling pretty good about the win over Imperial now. They're down on the sidelines to talk about it.
JT, thanks for joining us again, and congratulations. You're fighting for another day, and tomorrow you're maybe gonna even play for the playoffs. So share your current emotions with us, please, right now.
I'm just really happy with the team that we're able to stay in at this stage. We were down 0-2, and now we're 2-2, so we have a really high chance of making the playoffs. And yeah, we're just playing really well. The comms and the energy are really good.
You said today before the match that you're feeling very confident, and you could see it on the server. Also, Quem, I think, was feeling himself on Inferno. Can you please summarize how smooth that went for you guys?
I wouldn't call it smooth. I think a lot of the rounds were really close. We just managed to clutch them out. Yeah. But I do think Quem played really confident today. He had really good decisions and really aggressive decisions too that worked out for us. And yeah, I'm just happy that he was able to step up from the second stage that he was playing below his standards, and now, yeah, he's just playing really well.
Do you think it was because he was a little bit nervous and pressured?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. I don't think Quem, like, obviously everyone gets some pressure and gets nervous, but I don't think it's anything out of the ordinary for him. Okay. I think that he handles it pretty well. Okay, great. And speaking about us too, it looked like you were about to close map very soon, but then you lost a few rounds towards the end on T side, and it felt like they were reading you very well. But then in the end, the 3-3 post plan situation on B, that was really close, and Hulzerk managed to just clutch it. Did you actually, were you scared for a second that you might go into OT, or you knew that you had it? I wouldn't say I was scared, but the rounds did get really close. I think our biggest issue there was we were very hesitant to make a decision. Like, we didn't stick to our first mid round. We kept making new mid rounds, and it made it really easy for them to read us.
But why? Were you like thinking?
You were just really excited to end the round. Everyone was calling things. Vlad was calling stuff. I was calling stuff. Hulzerk was calling stuff. So we just weren't able to kind of finalize a decision, and kind of ruined our T side.
Okay, I understand. Well, you can fix that tomorrow. And looking at tomorrow, you already have teams like Navi waiting there. Bait also made it into the next round. Maybe Falcons now. I mean, they're playing against Mouse at the moment, or Mouse, and maybe G2 or Mongols. So not such weak teams. How do you see your chances tomorrow?
Honestly, just the same as today. I think every team here in Stage 3 is really strong teams, and everyone's just here to win. So it's going to be a really hard match regardless.
Okay, well, I will let you enjoy the rest of the evening. Hope you can reset for tomorrow. Thank you so much, and best of luck.
Thank you.
It's a very PR heavy answer from JT there. I'm going to tell you, G2, Mongols, Maus, Falcons, whoever ends up in that 2-2 series against them, all going to be significantly stronger than Imperial. So tonight's a long day of mental preparation, a long night, obviously, of preparation for G2 and JT and TC to come up with the game plan for it. But we'll see how they do tomorrow. We're going to head to a break. When we get back, we got 3D Max taking on FaZe, another series that has elimination on the line.
Adrenaline rushes is numbing the pain. Too competitive, I like the narrative. I don't know best in the league. Who you comparing with that is competitive. Top of the throne of the speed. Are you moving slow on the speed? I just been bringing the heat. I just been bringing the fire. Been bringing the fire. I just been bringing the fire. And they can't stop me.
You see the match. We see every restart behind it. You see lightning-fast reflexes. We see countless hours building trust. You see a single moment of triumph. We see the 1,000 failures that forged it. Victory isn't just the moment. We win because we reached it together. Level up as one.
I'm winning. I'm shooting my shot and I'm already grinning. You know that I'm one of them, one of you sending. You know you've been cutting, you know I'm ascending. I'm one of them winning. I'm one of them winning. I'm one of them winning. I'm one of them winning.
The return of Area 51, Alienware's highest performance desktop yet, equipped with powerful Intel Core Ultra processors. Innovative architecture designed for ultimate gaming. Engineered to evolve alongside your game. Encounter the legendary Area 51 at Alienware.com.
Create a lobby by your own rules.
Welcome everyone, another demo review. This time it's Passion UA's Nyx, and he's gonna be guiding us through a couple of rounds here. Round 9. Alright, set play. We're having a lane hit. We have to focus though on one thing. I will first show you the whole round. Good flashes. Double flash into the side. Pit is burning. That was kind of failed movement, wasn't there?
Yeah, so I should have dropped. Well, I meant to go on the bow. Like, that's what I was trying to do, but in hindsight, definitely should have dropped. But also, we're saying this guy's in pit. It's almost not registering to me because I'm seeing the molly.
The pit is burning. Right?
Yeah, like, I'm seeing the molly, and I'm like, how is... I can't... Like, he's not fighting me, so I'm, like, almost thinking that he's in mini, and we're just, like... flubbing the call or something.
Okay, so speaking about that, let's investigate. Mr. Holzerg is like a little bit of a problem here because he is throwing this incendiary CT molly, and let's look at the spread of this. I'm not sure if Hex actually registered this. That my god,
did, 100%.
He did.
Yeah.
I think that he saw that glimpse there that is not a molly, and then he decided to, oh, I can just tank it in front.
Yeah.
This barely burns, like it doesn't do anything. It's a pretty common mistake, I have to say. Like a lot of people don't realize how big of a difference between T and CT molly is. Obviously you know it, but as you said, your brain wasn't even registering the call. You were like, yes, he's paid, I know about it, but it's burning, he can't be anywhere. It was great that you joined us and shared some thoughts. Thank you for this.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Welcome back to the Budapest Major. We have got FaZe and 3D Max challenging each other for survival today. FaZe made the run through stage 1. It was more of a limp through stage 1, really. Then they sprinted through stage 2, and now having to battle elimination in stage 3, Jason. They've been up and down here, FaZe clan.
Yeah, well, to continue your exercise theme, they're a little bit winded, right?
Exercise theme?
The cardio, yeah, Jesus, I can't believe that just happened as well.
Dude, that timing was great.
I'm so good at that. Yeah, no, FaZe, I mean, bad, good, and then we're kind of here questioning what's going on. So not able to continue that form from stage 2, maybe lost a little bit of steam and momentum during those break days potentially. But yeah, I don't know. 3D Max is a team coming into this major, I kind of had it in my head. This is a team that I think should be in the quarterfinals, right? With the year that they've had and the way they've progressed, I felt like this was a team that anything less than quarterfinals is going to be a disappointment. For FaZe, on the other hand, I actually thought they were going to have a way worse major. You know, at one point during stage 1, they were 0.4 seconds from getting eliminated, and I thought that was the most likely outcome, but they've managed to recover it to get here, but still kind of shaky. And the scary thing is, when you went through stage 2, Twist and Frozen were hitting so hard. Here in stage 3, 2 of their bottom performers, much like Passion, where we just talked about, those are kind of your producers in the rifling core of this team, right? It's Jacob who's the major rookie who's stepping into range shoes, who's performing the best for the team. Frozen and Twist are kind of struggling to get that momentum back.
Right, so they got to get back into form, and we focus more in a moment on 3D Max as well, but it has been Jacob who has seen the most improvement just from all the pressure that's been on him and the weak performances. Definitely felt more comfortable in stage 2, and has obviously continued that to an extent here in stage 3.
Yeah, I mean, it's been fun seeing him progress, and we mentioned it when it was going on as well. It was like, it's really good to see Jacob have these performances, because every time he delivers in that sense, you come through and you say, well, the team's going to start believing in him more, right? The team is going to start having more faith. It's going to be in the back of your mind. It's the less of like, okay, can he actually do it? Is he going to make the right decision? He's going to throw the right piece of utility, the right reaction. Now you have faith that he's actually got it in his back pocket.
Well, FaZe have been in a lot of high pressure scenarios over the years, and the man that has been leading them has always been Carrigan. Let's hear what FaZe think heading into this game.
Carrigan, thanks for joining us. You're heading into the next matchup very soon, and it's a best of 3. You guys had an amazing run last stage, 3-0, had a good start on the first best of 1, but then, yeah, it kind of didn't go like in really how you wanted it. And I just wanted to know, like, what happened with you guys on these other 2 maps?
I mean, without going into details, I think the Spirit game, they had a great game plan. We couldn't really execute on them, just waiting for us, giving all the space. So I think the other players on many things, right? The game plan wise and individually. And I think against Mongols, if you go back and watch the game, I think we had everything under control. We lost 2-1 on freeze. We lost a 5-on-3 first gun round. We had a great game plan, both CT and T side. But that day, the execution failed. So today we have no more chances. We need everything to kind of like work as we think it can work, and we know, and we showed in stage 2 can work. But playing Mongol Spirit and Vitality within 24 hours, they are on paper some better teams season than us. But I think we can find a way to make it to playoff.
I think so too, and you guys are the best under pressure. I feel like whenever you're with the ball against the back against the wall, you go crazy, especially you. Like in the last stage, we just clutched it and made it to the next stage. I also wanted to ask about Frozen. I feel like he also didn't feel like himself. You think he's in a better mood today?
I think obviously when you have 3 weeks on the road, it's always going to be rougher. Once a player gets sick, another one gets sick, and it's no. It is just how it is. I think we have 3 players who got sick the last few days, but now one is recovering, the other one is getting sick. We adjust all the time together, right? So Frozen has been under the weather. Hopefully he feels better today. But it is one of those points where he can't scream out his lungs and push the team energy-wise. But let's hope he recovers in the game. It's a late game as well. It doesn't help, but excuses are excuses. This is a part of being at a major. When you start stage 1, you're going to catch at some point something from catering.
Hey, I saw Frozen today in the gym. He looked fit. So hopefully he's locked in. Did you guys do anything else except preparing for the game? Any like mental preparation or walks outside? Anything with the team?
I mean, we do the usual structure we had. I think when you had a tournament this long, the structure is really important. The walks, the game plan. Now we had a little more time from after game plan to relax and maybe set ourselves up to a long night, right? These late games can be rough when you had an earlier schedule, so we tried to push everything 1 hour yesterday, as every single game we play now probably is going to be late, right? So that's the adjustment we've done, else we just do like usual. And it's up to the individual to feel really good to come into the game. We have done everything from a team perspective, so now it's just on the server it has to happen.
Okay, just one more question. Heading now against the matchup against 3D Max, they showed really amazing team play yesterday against Parivision. How do you think, what type of a matchup is 3D Max for you guys?
Oh, it's a brawly game. I think we had the numbers for a while. Then at the last major they got us, and also here in Pro League when we had to play with Rain. We know how they play. Everybody knows how they play. They don't shy away from the DNA. It's like a lot of repushing. We have, of course, a game plan against that. But it is hard because they have so much confidence. If you give the momentum, it's just going to get worse for you. So we have to try to stop that and making sure that we play the basics really good in very important part of the game. Sometimes it's going to be a 3-on-3 at 1:30, and sometimes it's going to be 5-on-5, and then suddenly it's 2-on-2 2 seconds later. That's how it is to play against 3D Max.
Happens, but hey, I wish you best of luck. Hope it's going to be a banger matchup, and auf geht's.
Auf geht's.
Yes, looking forward to seeing how we get into this one, and obviously Carrigan's not had the greatest season, has he? Individually speaking, Jason.
No, it's actually I was actually kind of sad. I don't even really want to talk about it, but you know, you see an improvement in his performance from the last 3 months versus this tournament. But in stage 3, he's the lowest rated player of stage 3. So like, yeah. It's been a rough time, but you know what? You obviously give him a pass, not because of pedigree or anything like that, but there's been so many moving pieces within this team, and when you have so many moving pieces of Jacobs, you know, Twist comes in, Jacobs here, Rain's coming back in, Jacobs back in now. A lot of all that confusion, that cohesion, and everything's getting kind of thrown up, and it's the IGL who usually has the biggest weight of that fall on his shoulders, because you're focused more on acclimating new players, and then teaching Rain some of the new things that you brought in for Jacob, and then having to get back to, you know, getting back in stride with Jacob once again when he returns to the next event. So the IGL is the one that takes the biggest hit in that sense, because all of a sudden he feels uncomfortable because he's got a new player playing with him who he's not used to what they like to do.
And Carrigan is someone who always sets doesn't set himself up, right?
He's a player's IGL.
He will do everything that no one else wants to do. Well, we have got 3D Max as well. We've been talking about their year and their season. You were saying, you know, quarterfinals could be a position that they could find themselves in based on the performances earlier in the season. But in my opinion, I just think 3D Max peaked a little bit too early. I think their travel schedule was so insane and so intense, and we aren't seeing 3D Max play at the level we had seen a couple of months ago.
No, I mean, I think you're right. I think they did peak early, but I mean, I think there's no reason why this team can't achieve that peak again. And they even mentioned, you know, Body had that interview where he kind of talked about the schedule that they had down the stretch of getting to a final, getting second place, deep runs in playoffs, and then eventually that travel back and forth to China and to Europe. China to Europe caught up with them, and they started really struggling. But saying coming into this, they got a bunch of break. They got to do a lot of boot camping and figuring things out ahead of time. And this is where they should be able to show their next level. But considering the peak we did see, anything less than a quarterfinal to me is a disappointment for this team.
Well, we heard from FaZe. Now it's time to hear from 3D Max.
Exercise, thank you so much for taking the time. Did you finish your setup?
I didn't start yet.
No, okay. So you're gonna set up and warm up?
Yeah, sure.
Do you have enough time?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So did you recover from yesterday? You had like a best of 3 against Parivision, and I don't think that was that easy because Parivision is not a team to underestimate, and you were back against the wall. So could you rest from it and recover and reset for today?
Yeah, we kind of find ourselves to recover enough for today. We also know that we play late, so we kind of mix up our schedule to fix the energy that we need to put on the server today. So yeah, we find a way to fix it.
Okay, and okay, it's very loud right there, right out there. Did you manage to maybe rewatch the game from yesterday and learn from some mistakes you made, even though you win, that will help you today?
Yeah, we know that we're gonna play Inferno when we prepare the game. We already played yesterday, so yeah, we've obviously find some solution that we needed, and we also gonna show some new stuff. So be ready.
Okay, that is good, because I talked to Carrigan before, and he said something like, yeah, we know how 3D Max plays, so we are very, very prepared for them. So I'm really excited to hear that you guys have some surprise ready. Hope it's going to be an interesting match, but it's FaZe, and it's a best of 3. So you think you have to put up a level compared to yesterday to beat them?
I'm not sure we need to put more energy or whatever. We just need to play as we played yesterday. We just need to make them uncomfortable, I would say, and maybe they will be shaky, so that's good for us.
Okay, excited to see. I don't want to take any more of your time. Go set up and warm up, and best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, throughout the history of the head-to-heads between these two teams, we've seen FaZe come out on top the majority of them. The last time they played, though, back at Pro League Season 22, it was 3Max to finally get the win over them. Dust 2 and Train with the first 2 maps, and we have Dust 2 and Inferno this time around.
Okay, not wanted to mess with Train. Yeah, that's interesting as well, because that's the Pro League season where FaZe had the miracle run with Rain coming back to stand in randomly, fresh out of a hangover, and then made that deep run into the finals. Yeah, I think actually you heard him there saying the game plan again, like maybe you can rattle them, maybe we get out on top early and you kind of rattle. I think both teams probably have that similar perspective with each other. Is like, look at the up and down nature of 3D Max, and 3D Max know it. Body in that same interview I referenced earlier said kind of the same thing. He said we've been consistent in terms of remaining in the top 10, the top 15 teams in the world, but our performances within that top 10 or top 15 have fluctuated so much. So trying to find some consistency, and if they don't have it today, they will be eliminated from the major here in Budapest.
Well, it's the end of the line for one of these teams, 3Max or FaZe. We'll find out who it is at the end of this best of 3. But let's start it. We've got Dust 2. We've got SpeXtres making his way through the longhouse very early into the round.
Oh, okay, risky push, but he's got the payoff, and Kerrigan is going to be stalled out due to this smoke. So actually, SpeXtres is just going to have a free kill, and that's going to be a smoke missing for the execute. Easy kill, and now you don't have any kind of a distraction. It's just time to move into the B bomb site.
Yeah, here we go. Let's see if FaZe can brawl their way into the round again. It's Gravity yet to reveal his position, and he's just waiting. He wants multiple kills. He doesn't want just one, and he just swings into the open, and Gravity gets what he's looking for. A triple kill and the pistol round for 3D Max.
Yeah, you gotta love that trigger discipline. He's waiting for multiple, yeah, but what he's doing is making sure that his teammates aren't gonna go down, and he's not gonna reveal his position and just kind of be, not get the impact that he's needed. So waiting for his teammates to grab a couple kills, and when it's appropriately weakened, he pounces.
Well, it's interesting the story you were talking about for Kerrigan this year and the instability of the roster, because that's always been the strength FaZe have had.
Yeah.
They've never made roster moves. They just always had the same 5 players. They would stick it out. Whereas you've had to deal with so many changes this year, stand-in situations. You even play with Simple at the last major.
Played with Simple and Skulls, back in Dallas as well. Yeah,
So,
it's been a little all over the place for sure. I mean, that kind of roster upheaval is going to affect everybody. But as I mentioned, the IGL, the hardest hitting one, or the hardest one hit, I should say.
yeah, definitely not the hardest hitting. Well, we've got...
that was the complete opposite. But that's the hard thing. I mean, you mentioned it as well. Kerrigan being a guy who does everything to set up his players, including throwing his own life away. And I mean, we've seen that from plenty of IGLs over the years as well. I think Apex kind of gets that tag, that moniker plenty of times as well. And I feel like usually it comes in when the IGL isn't having confidence that their players are locked in the same way, aren't at their best, aren't as sharp as they need them. So they're trying to do more things to get those players activated. And that's when you see that kind of dip in performance.
That's a nice kill from Maka. It's going to be frozen dead towards top middle. A nice start. He's got the AWP out in round 3. Taking it to play straight away. And speaking of taking a hit, Kerrigan's got to play with the Deagle, the rest of his teammates with AKs.
And you're already a man down.
Already a man down, yeah. Not a lot pointing to success here for FaZe.
No, and it looked like they wanted to kind of join up with this and have a relatively early timing for a mid to be split with 2 players, Frozen and Brokey in middle. Twist, Kerrigan, and Jacob at the upper tunnels waiting to hit in. But now with that loss of Frozen, they've got to readjust and change their plan of attack. Lurk Smoke is out. There's 3 defenders at this B bomb site side of the map. Alp is out towards long. And SpeXtres playing over at Railing at the A bomb site. And FaZe's attack is going to come in through middle.
Good shots here from Gravity. That's Kerrigan. Completely removed. We got 44 seconds on the clock as Twist and Brokey, the last 2 remaining. They're going to move up, and it's Body to get rid of Twist, leaving Brokey 1v5, and a single kill coming in for FaZe in this round.
Did any of them shoot a bullet?
Didn't feel like it.
I don't think anyone from FaZe shot a bullet.
That was, yeah, a round that just thrown to the wayside, and 3Max have 3 rounds.
That's a terrible. This is a terrible start for FaZe.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, I don't really know. There's no other word to describe it. All 5 players for 3D Max survive, so money's going to be really strong. You already had incredible money for a 3rd round AWP. 2 kills across the team for FaZe.
Jacob and Carrigan. Gonna start scaling up through short. Those pistols have made it around the corner at least. They're gonna try and just challenge over towards that A site.
2 flashbangs to activate, 1 smoke on Frozen, so they can, you know, drop it at the corner on top of the boxes to give some cover from the long as he swings back.
Yeah.
Flashbangs are going to have to be on point, but you still got to worry about SpeXtres and that M4.
Well, that last round made me a little bit worried for FaZe because we got to cast their Spirit game and their T side really didn't have anything to show for it. Let's see if they can get some money here with a bomb plant. Good shot from Carrigan's Deagle. That's created enough space and pressure here. Can they find a follow-up kill? Yes, they can. So Jacob through and Carrigan with another one. And all of a sudden, all the Deagles ringing out for FaZe. And 3Max's ears ringing at just the shots that land in their face. So they're going to fall away, and we're looking at FaZe taking a round that they really didn't expect to win.
Yeah, I think that's just poorly handled from Maka and SpeXtres on the initial defense. I don't think SpeXtres had to drop that defensive smoke at the point that he did. He really kind of neutralized the range that he had with the M4. Maka kind of gets caught being a little overconfident that he was just going to be able to nail the shot as soon as he gets unblind. He just stayed in a danger position. And some lovely deagle shots from Carrigan. Well, that happened quick. As flat as they started in the first 3 rounds, FaZe, big exclamation point here in round number 4 with the Deagles to turn this on its head. And all that was like a really weak mid fake. And then the A bomb site. But again,
Carrigan landing some great shots, too.
Yeah, it's just, I actually think the biggest reason they won that is the defensive smoke. They're able to scale so far up the bomb site with the cover of that smoke. I just feel so unnecessary to me. So maybe a mistake.
Double op setup here for 3D-Max. We got Maka and Body wielding them already. The double op setup was so effective against them when Spirit were playing, but that's because Donk was.
I was gonna say, you know, there's Donk gets a lot of. He makes
Body,
he makes everyone look a little silly, doesn't he? Nice shot from Maka and good aggression, trimming down FaZe's attack to just 4 players. And that shot from Body is actually kind of clever. He didn't show the double op setup, and it makes FaZe say, okay, the op is on the B side of the map.
Yeah, SpeXtres pit. There's the swing and twist to drop the first player, and he's obviously severed off from his teammates with that long corner smoke, so they can't trade it back. We got Body moving aggressively into the tunnels with the AWP. Starting to feel very difficult here for 3D-Max unless Maka can get involved with this AWP. We've got Lucky having to worry about short and long at the moment.
Yeah, and they don't have a follow-up smoke for short, so he's just going to be exposed. Gravity's really going to have to take out Carrigan as the lurk, but meanwhile, Frozen's already scaling up the railing. Carrigan needs to win this fight, and he will. Frozen gets 2 kills at the bomb site in the meantime.
Yeah, a lot more impact here from FaZe. Strong shooting, and that's going to put them with 2 on the board and a heavy investment for 3D-Max as well in a round like this, picking up a double op setup early in the game. Their money is gone.
Clean 4v5 conversion as well. Remember, Jacob got picked off in lower right at the opening stages of the round by Maka's aggression. So lovely recovery. And look at the money now. I mean, I mentioned that 3D-Max was going to be rich as hell because 2 kills going into round number 4, but then FaZe win an eco. They upgrade to a bunch of free rifles. Now they win this one with 4 players surviving. And if Carrigan takes out this op, and he will. Carrigan getting the team started. Lowest rated player on the team, lowest rated player overall in stage 3. And he's been the impetus to get FaZe's offense kicking here on Dust 2. Back-to-back rounds of impact. Great work from Frozen, but that's just the setup of not controlling anything and not making the decision fast enough. You could see they realized right at the last second they had to get aggressive through the smoke towards short. But it was just too late as Frozen comes up railing. So an eco round. And plenty of breathing room for FaZe.
3Max found a lot of success in the first 3 rounds there because they had enough for double op setup going into the previous. All that success is now gone.
Yeah, it disappeared.
Thanks to FaZe's success.
And remember, their game plan was punch FaZe in the face and see if they crumble.
Well, they crumbled for a second.
They at least
they stumbled on their feet, but they're back.
They at least they handled the first jab.
Yeah. But historically, has been FaZe who have beaten out this 3D Max court over the years. When I say over the years, I mean 2025, over the year.
Over the year. Well, I mean, you know, over the years as well, they've been beating a lot of people, this FaZe organization.
2025 started with a 13-0 win from FaZe on a map that's no longer in the pool. Anubis.
Anubis.
Anubis?
Anubis.
Well, it's gone. And a 13-5 then on Nuka, 13-1. It was a very one-sided battle. And the only time 3Max actually got a win over FaZe this year was at Pro League.
A couple good kills in garbage time. AK-47 recovered. Being able to hold on to this would be fantastic for 3D Max. That's an extra op down the stretch, an extra rifle over her teammate, whatever's necessary. But FaZe gonna tie things up at 3. A couple more kills could come in. This USP low HP players. Good shot from Brokey, making sure nobody goes down. Lucky can't find the shot. And we'll head into round 7 with a tie ball game.
Well, Brokey's back. There we go. That's enough. I've seen enough, Jason. Brokey is...
Yeah, you're going to call it?
He might have an okay game today.
He's had a lot of scrutiny on him, hasn't he, for some lackluster performances. Coming back out of the major after being benched looked great. Looked like resurging, like a whole new Brokey. And yeah, at the moment, I think he's still he's probably just got his confidence knocked out.
Yeah, I'd say so, and understandably. I think the crazy part coming into this event is I don't think anybody was expecting FaZe to be the team to make the major playoffs again, right? They just did not look like that. We're actually all kind of sitting at the edge of our seats going, are they going to make it out of stage 1?
Well, you know, I mean, Chad and I did the podcast, and it is like stupid because every time you talk about FaZe, it's like the only thing that you can really say is like they look like crap, but it's FaZe, you know, and it's a major, and they always look shaky in these stages, and they always find a way to scrape through and pull it back.
Without rain.
That was with rain. Well, let's see if they can do it with Jacob instead.
Well, they got a chance.
They've got all the firepower they need between Twist, Frozen, and Brokey and Jacob, to be fair, and the way Kerrigan's played in this 3-round stretch.
Yeah, so on the 2-2 day, right, if it's, whoever wins this, we'll go into the 2-2 pool. Currently, we've got Na'Vi, Bait, Passion UA. We're going to have either Maus or Falcons or the Mongols at G2. Whatever you get, you're having a hard game unless you draw Passion, and that's probably probably the easiest game in that mix.
JT, cover your ears.
But, you know, it's going to be a tough final day. Well, 3D Max finally have enough money to get a buyout again.
Saved AK-47 leaves $2,300 on body. Breaking the smoke up at the top. And Kerrigan slides in just as the smoke fills itself back in. Catwalk is an open avenue. SpeXtres at long, close to double doors. Maka at the long corner with an AWP. So Kerrigan's got free real estate at this A bomb site and a Molotov behind him to mess with the timings. They want the long players to say, okay, there's the short Molotov. They're just starting to take control, but Kerrigan's already sliding out into the bomb site. A nasty little trick is being played and being built up by FaZe at the moment, and I think SpeXtres is going to be on the crappy A receiving end of it.
Trixie from Kerrigan. And SpeXtres, oh, it's going to be miserable, isn't it? Oh, yes, it is. Kerrigan dropping SpeXtres. Look, I like that we got the camera. That was good. Just see SpeXtres' confusion. And now for 3D Max, what can you really do about that? You literally have no fight left in you. So
yeah, Kerrigan just destroyed the internal clock of SpeXtres.
You can't trust anything anymore.
Well, especially when you think about like the sequence of events that set that up so perfectly for FaZe and Kerrigan is the smoke break in middle that saw absolutely nothing, and Kerrigan slides in the exact second it fills back in, and then the fake Molotov to show the timing of cat control is maybe 5-6 seconds, you know, behind what SpeXtres thought it would be. And Maka is surely going to lose this off. All the money, FaZe flush with cash. You're going hunting for sure. There's the kill. There's the trade. So FaZe doing to 3D Max what 3D Max wanted to do to FaZe, which was just annihilate you in the early going. Make it really, really difficult for you to get started. First 3 for 3D Max, and it was all feeling good. Only 2 kills for FaZe in that.
Here on Torsion.
ကံမူဖက်ကွန်ပြုတ်တာလေးကိုကြည့်မလို့လေ
2500 just gets the P250. We've got a
Shama
couple
လေးချောတယ်
of
ပေါ့
AK-47s here for Maus.
While you have the lead, you want to make those economic concessions.
Over towards ramp, fast challenge by the looks of it. Kyosuke Tries to don't use all your ammo. Roll it, instant entry. He was a god back on Mirage in times of getting these openings. Zershin, he's gonna try to play down behind the vent stomp, and these CTs are scrambling. They're screaming, they didn't hear him. He's got an easy frag, drive by to the spot.
Sao ya ý kiến này là
Threat over towards the top. Kicks in, gets his. Response back from Jimmy. Mouse will fight with
Bruce Wayne rồi ấy lại vậy. They heavy.
I mean, how can you even go for it? The upgrade there in control side, everybody's got guns now but Torzy. It's time to turn around.
Thế à. Ok. Em tính mà là tôi chỉ mà rồi rồi bông miêu miêu lại. Em là thế. Sao ấy chuyện này à? Bruce Wayne toàn lừa lại đã. Ấy biểu à. Chỉ mà người đó biết là.
That there's a chance that someone could pop out, but you know, maybe you do that if you have another teammate inside of the ramp.
Yeah,
We saw that Mouse double stack the ramp
Hold
more
on.
than enough.
Well, phải con boy Emily
Mouse
喎.
hasn't really done that too many times, so catches him off guard. There's responsibility on his shoulders. He's been playing so well in this game.
Phải con này chả là nào.
And they make that play happen off of a Cyclone pause. Saved to the final hours. Saved until the brink of victory is sitting right in front of you.
And then Zershin walks down the vent behind two players. They're so terrified after this one kill. I mean, that's the long and short of it.
Nó chết mà hoa là hê chết đi.
Never saw it coming. You see how surprised Nico is.
They didn't even hear him drop vent. They were talking so much.
No clue.
They were shell-shocked.
Nó là cô mới lừa. Cô mới lừa. Ê, có tầm giá giá vậy. Ồ, có tầm nhiều nhiều đi. Các bạn xong chọn này, khả năng permanent sleeping mất tận này lại đó. Không mà chỉ đuôi ra lại đó. The both side. Ok, đó tí là bọn phải còn đầu ấy này mới trả ra là. Hả? Đó tí là Facebook khả năng đi vào là. Chứ tôi mua lấy chỉ mà lấy tôi bị toa chỉ mà làm móc con này đó. Chúng ta đuôi trả là. Permanent lúc này đó. Sao ấy chuyện là mới ao. Ý biết đó.
Is the word we use to describe Mouse tonight in order to exceed all expectations, to change history.
He doesn't even shoot back because they haven't responded at all. They're walking downstairs. 5 CTs are still upstairs.
Falcons starting to be at a bit of a loss.
I want to see you too.
This could cripple their chance of the hold. Nico slides down, will only find the one. And Torzi's counterpart does a good job of at least maintaining ramp. Dive back into the trophy. Kyosuke's got his. Monacy's got the double.
Ai rồi, bố à hai này tới đây. Hell yeah.
Yeah, he had to stop him. I can't believe he got that many kills.
Chưa qua lấy cả đâu ra này, vì này mà. Thì cuối tuần thôi. Chưa có. Chỗ nào mà béo lâu lâu đấy. Quay về.
They'd be broke in this situation.
One of 3 map and match points goes the way of Falcons.
Cyclone saved these timeouts for now.
7 rounds, non-consecutive. As we can barely separate these two teams.
It's insane. I mean, Nico just coming out of the vent, they had no idea about this 3-man play down lower. It had to be Monacy, beginning to end.
And he was so ready to start to leave, but then just gets...
Two million a little bit lower, draw the hour. Korea changing mula. Yeah, well, hey. 2 million a little bit below in there. Sure. Galone there.
This head-to-head so skewed. Nuke somewhere there.
Mountain này lúc nãy mình nói này cái ngoài nó gọi là show ra vì đó. Tôi thấy giờ trap bị trade rồi. Con này rồi bóc ra một bóc này này. 3v3. Cái xa số này ra là cũng là trung này chạy về rồi. Bị thu ra. Chứ mà ấy biết mà đi ra ấy à đó là bao lâu tay ra. Đúng không phải ngồi xuống để cho bù ấy là lấy trả là show rồi. Đi ra ấy nè là show vô.
Monacy's been acutely aware. He pulled him out of the depths on that
1,
last
2,
round.
3. 1, 2, 3. ဒီချိန်မှာလုံးဝအထိမကန်ဖြစ်သွားတယ်ကလိုလီးလာတော့ဟိုကောင်လေးပင်ပြောင်းနေတော့ grab ပဲပါသေးရနော်
Total disrespect.
Oh man, Jimmy on the point, and with that op
You
locked
did
in, Mouse
hash it.
Tess
Hash
on
it
the
go.
break.
Oh, Brazil hash out yawa bro, yeah, Jimmy, what the fuck? Why is shot, bro? No, so also getting in one of the trees where they dominate. You know that the sit there, man. They target two break out. You one with fair go. Play of them, you okay? No, through in there. What they that he wants to the carrom. The table share shady wants to the carrom. Go so get in a was it you do, man? On the bottom. Oh, yeah, oh, there. Oh, there. Bây giờ cô lấy biển nên sẽ này biển thả là con biển này mới ao ấy à tiền cháy ấy à mày siêu à Jimmy thằng chơi mà à Two million, 3 million then you mouse got a big way behind me. Get playoff ya wa thế là mouse got playoff secure. Chỉ đủ mang go back on này, ta phải go để lo damn bro, bye in nè. Bộ mấy mấy nhà mà bài à mà mấy đủ tụi mày đuổi bị. Nó quý sao à, cũng bất đồng mà thằng. Cái sao biểu nó. Tức là khẩu quay tính à. The boss sign cũng mà là nó đâu mà là nó rồi về ít chuyện này ấy giờ có là đủ là rồi tôi đi đi thao đi rồi vậy biểu tôi đi tại phải là quá ấy là nó có chạy đi kia nó qua lâu mà nhau biết chuyện biệt này mà phiền nếu phiền lâu à nó số test rồi tại buổi phiền vậy nếu phiền buổi à tôi quên luôn share đi phiền vậy
As you mentioned, so much success he's getting and so much output for FaZe in particular.
Nên mà group mà về cô ấy Navi top still nè nó bay tiêu nè you know pushing you
Make sure no one's hanging around that close smoke either. Carrigan dodging the flames.
đi sai vào nào để có đi sai với tao mới lùi về này chứ không còn lùi nên lùi về hay là nên lùi về là
Maka with the angle, but I don't think he's noticed Kerrigan has gotten past. Still going to be a tough fight for Kerrigan if he comes up these stairs. But the second player that follows him up catwalk might be in for a rude surprise, and that's going to be Brokey with the AWP.
Chứ nó tay mà cố ở bàn là còn rồi mà cái này Brokey đấy. Phiêu lưu được đấy, phiền đã.
39 seconds.
Phiêu lưu miền luôn này vẫn đi.
Frozen. Starting to backtrack up towards top middle. Will plant himself here for the time being. Exorcist thinking about a long flank, but we got 25 seconds left. FaZe are going to be going into the A play now. Smokes up. Exorcist is just left long, but Frozen surely turns back to adjust to that.
Chỉ mình thêm gì đó vào, mấy bé vào đâu, ấy đâu mà chơi xong, không có. Cái chuyện cha này giờ gì, nó chỉ thế này, bảo video đi chơi hết. Chơi nhau lỡ.
Yeah, I mean, that's just execute coming in way too late in the round to recover any kind of obstacle set up by 3D Max. A little bit of a giggle, I believe. Frozen went down. I'm just making a guess, actually. I was going to try and sell it, but someone died.
He looks unhappy. Exorcist looks happy. There we go.
Yeah. I mean, it seemed like it was going to be really effective for FaZe. I don't know if it was a defensive flash or a team flash as they try and turn the corner. Both players who dropped onto the CT ramp from short got blinded just as they're about to take out Maka for free on that op. And it just stalled him out and took so long to come to fruition.
Vì đó mà, vì sao mà gravity đeo với chỉ là view win lỗ một chỗ ra này. ခြေတမိ35 second တော့ကတ်လာပြီအော်ဒီကနေမှာကား stand by ရှိတယ်ဟမ်ဘက်ကတော့တုံးလာတယ်ဟမ်ဘက်က rotate ခက်တယ်ဆိုပေမဲ့ချက်ချင်းမှာကား rotation လုပ်လို့ရ one fly ဆို right side မှာရှိတယ် gravity မသိဘူးတကောင်သိသွားတယ်ဆိုမကာပြန်တော့ trade တယ် one for two trade ပဲ frozen trade ထားတယ်ဆိုပေမဲ့ one for two trade ဖြစ်သွားပြီးတော့ကျွန်တော်ဒီမှာတော်တော်လေး sexy ဖြစ်သွား twist ကိုထပ်ပြီးတစ်ချက်ပြန်လဲတွေ့အောင်ပါစစ်ဖြစ်မှာလားစစ်ဖြစ်ဖို့တော့များနေပြီ 4v3 ဆိုပေမဲ့ twist ကသွေးနေတာတော်တော်လေးကိုင်းနေပြီမူလီတလုံးโอ้ไม่ได้ละมูลีท้าวจ่าล่ะเฮ้
Well, Brokey moving closer to the tunnels, goes into the peak spots too. And good move back up on top of the box. Can Brokey get away? He can. Tucks his head down. His teammate can now take the peak. Twist sees they're moving.
ငါရတသားကဝန်သိပြသွားကြတယ် Brokey twist okay နဲ့ကောင်းနေနဲ့ 2v2
which means they can both focus on the doorway and the window. And here they come. Lucky charging in. Maka with the trade. And it's Twist on low HP to close it out. FaZe will have the advantage going into the second half. A 7-5 lead on Dust 2.
ကဲအဲ့တော့မယ်မရတော့ဆောင်းအိတ်ချင်းနေပြီစစ်စုံတော့ရမင်းညမှာပြမှာရအောင်ဒီနေ့ကဒီချင်းအိတ်လိုက်မနေ့ညစောစောနိုးလိုက်ရင် sleeping method တဲ့ပြန်ဖြစ်သွားပြီတဲ့ပြန်ဖြစ်သွားမင်းပွဲတွေအသိပြလို့ရပြီဟုတ်လားရှစ်ခွဲပွဲ7ခွဲပွဲမညတက်ခွဲပွဲအော်မင်းပြန်စောက်ရမ်းမိုက်တဲ့ပွဲပြအောင်ပါအဲ့ဒီတော့ face ပိုင်းရောက်လာတယ်ဒါလုံးဝတကယ်မျှတော့ပါတယ်ဟုတ်တယ်ဒီမလို့ဒီတဲ့ဘယ်လိုဘလို့နိုင်လဲအဲ့ဘာလားကြက်ထားလာလားဟောပြစ်လိုက်တယ်ရတယ် pro ကတမြိုင်တောက်လေးပါရမကိုကြီးပြမှာဟိုအသက်ကြချီးပါကြတော့တဲ့အသက်ကြီးကြည့်ပါလားကိုမြတော့စောအိတ်ချင်ဝိုင်းပေါ်လာတော့တဲ့မဖြစ်ဘူးအိတ်ချင်ဒီဘက်ပြအောင်လို့ပြနေတယ်နော် fake ပွဲလား fake game ကပြောတာဟောဘာသာပြောရတယ်ဗျာထားတော့နေတော့လေဆွဲတာတလန်နဲ့ဘယ်လိုတော့ပြအောင်ပြဟာတန်လန်ကျွန်တော်မျက်လုံးကျယ်စီရဲ့အရာဖုန်းထဲမှာတစ်ခုရှိတယ်ကိုပြမှာဒါတော့မြို့ကြီးကြည့်ရအောင်
7-5, FaZe in the lead, carrying a little chuckle coming through this half. It was definitely a roller coaster of emotions at times, but we had a 3D max start and it was looking brilliant. 3 in a row. You said this was a terrible start for FaZe. It certainly was, but they turned it around real quick.
I mean, honestly, that's a really cool half of Counter-Strike. Both teams responding to each other and going on their own little mini runs. I mean, 3D max eventually stopping FaZe after 6 rounds in a row, but for both teams coming
what the fuck?
Really early on and see if they collapse. Collapse from the other's punch. So now we've got a brawl on our hands. Jacob behind the car. They know he's here and he's got a lot of attention. Oh, no way!
Okay, Jacob, that
Jacob
is stellar stuff on the USP. He's looking for the ace here, Jacob. Giving him
yo, it's bro, it's
Here's the major rookie, ready to rumble here at long.
is 야마 치세 명이 미자마되네. 이거 이거 라이. 이거 타투 라이. 이 사람은 love you 비야. 이거 이거 봐서 이거 하이나라. 저기 너 다시 너 바가오나. 다시 너 타이 보이리. 아니리를 지라. 뭐 비야 볼래 투면 말래 투면. 비야 치성로 비야. 말라 비야 비. 치성로 비야 비요. Sleeping.
Absolutely filthy from Jacob.
Very happy with that. Here we go. Then FaZe have a good.
Biora, Fasi Maki Biora. Biora, Frozen ready. Biora, the corner yard. The Russell Bira, the Russell go your left of your G. The left of your Maji user and have a lucky a bit. So no scope rookie. So no scope rookie. Surely, huh? Yeah, 4 was the 3 so Nathan, same be no scope rookie. The chat 2 like a hold on the jet of Pieta, but Tricia don't have his model. What even harm you? The Miore. Yo, you may out the show almost be low me. Go show. But I am
little scrappy, but we like it.
It's so stupid.
就是个结果别，我估计呀别哈哈说，我想别好别的，brother 好过瘾。我说别别就弄 A B 嘿，如果别好啦，偏啊的比较，所以那好来啦，也都结完了，要不会不是弟弟不会被别了，如果个啥的是。希望到老一天呢。
3D Max at the bad receiving end of some strong play from FaZe. 5-9, and 3D Max have to sit back on unarmored pistols.
这是让队员敌我啊。
Unhappy. Oh, the scout is basically an ult for Brokey.
It is at the moment, at least.
Just only headshots, nothing but head.
Good way to live.
Damn bro 撸来 bro 大家约你加到了吧别得吧 Damn bro
It's a deagle and he's going to come out on top. Lucky falls down. Gravity's going to make the next move. Frozen's happy to handle that. 99 damage.
我打毛就下不飘光了我也说我想打你毛点哎我不要我怕是我的那个快有我比较白来嘛咯有我比较白来嘛接受咯跟住接受咯接受你的人哎两边嘛好讲你爆呢
They don't have a lot of time to ramp up, do they? They kind of have to get started pretty quick. FaZe is
find success immediately.
Yeah, FaZe is knocking on the door already with that second half pistol round win. And the lovely T side they put together. 7 rounds on offense. String together the first 3, and you're sitting in a very happy place if your FaZe going to be playing. Have a round or two that really kind of nullify.
反正只係講你中咗你講，就係講咩咧？你就嘛我哋咪都未 A 你啊，呢啲話嗱幾個邊，佢呢度都冇落隔離嘅，以前你係呢度講啦，係吧？你講邊嘛嘅事？好啦，出得嚟就係必須話嘛，我而家咪講半唔少喎。我你 able to ready to win 呢？咩得 win 呢？
That's actually one of the coolest plays from FaZe that I've seen at this major overall. They're like really low flash to activate twists in the lower, pushing through the smoke, bypassing a T at Xbox, grabbing the lower tunnel kill, falling back into tunnel, and another flash from Catwalk to reactivate him for another fight. That's actually such an insanely awesome sequence that completely destroys anything 3D Max wanted to do. And that, I mean, I'll be honest, that's gotta be the knockout blow. When you just get styled upon like this, there's the second flash. Look how blind the Lucky is gonna get anything. And there's Brokey's scout headshot as Exorcist comes through the smoke. And 3D Max just look a little bit lost. So, you know, the coach is going to get another timeout.
Yes. 我記得一模一樣嘅，好嘅。現在真係阿邊係咪呢？誒話我們那邊會阿邊我現在的，我一路咪媽嘅，冇接的，我真係比較嚟我們，你說比較。
They're coming in battered and bruised here. 3D Max to kick off this T side.
對啦，我嚟寫我表達你啦，哦。
Obviously dreaming of the playoffs, I'm sure thinking
the
way they were playing on the lead up to the major, and those last couple of events we started to see them maybe lose some of that confidence. You lose in Shanghai to Legacy. That felt like the chance to win a title for 3D Max that could have galvanized them into form to go to the quarterfinals, but it's definitely been a drop off for them, and now they're getting handled by FaZe.
I'm tired.
And the question is, do you have the mentality?
Yeah, I'm going to be like, we're being more Asian. Yeah,
And Brokey stays active, so does Twist.
Where she look beat up home. He don't be all
3D Max. It's going to be 12-5.
Yeah, tell him the watch out of the new man. What that? What I need to leave it to say, hey. It's a British lot.
Lucky to fall as well.
You just a bit.
That'll be truly dust 2 going the way of FaZe at this point. It's going to take a perfect game left for 3D Max.
Yeah, and this is 3D Max's. No, this is FaZe's.
FaZe map pick. Inferno's up next for 3D Max. And we heard Exorcist say in that pregame interview with Donna that They're ready for Inferno. That's the map they put a lot of preparation into.
ကြိုက်တယ်ကွာမပွိုင်လို့တအားကြိုက်တာပဲဒီမှာထပ်ပြီးရိုက်ခွဲလိုက်အောင်
New things to look forward to.
Yeah, I mean this is a map towards the bottom of 3D Max's map pool.
ကျွန်တော်ချခဲ့တယ်လောင်း controller
Yeah.
ဟုတ်တယ်
Lies.
Well, I mean, I see where you go with that. Yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see if they what they can bring out if there's anything that's going to stick out to us as new.
ရိုဂီယာအော့နဲ့လုံးဝပီတန်နဲ့ကလို့ဆိုကစားလိုက်တယ်ဆိုပေမဲ့အဲ့တော့ငါတော့တက်ပေါ့ဖလက်တော့ကျဲပြီးရှူချောင်းဦးကနဲ့ကိုပစ်ထဲမှာဥလိုက်တယ်ရှင်းကောက်ကလာပိတ်ပေးတဲ့ပုံစံပဲဟာပစ်ထဲဆိုတော့ဟိုနဲ့ပစ်ထဲလုံးဝကလည်းငယ်ယူမထင်တဲ့ပုံစံဒါပြတော့ဟိုကောင်းယူမထင်တဲ့ပုံမှာ
In this series, otherwise they're going to be
အနာထားခဲ့လိုက်ပြီထားခဲ့နေရတယ်လှတယ်ကရင်ကသာတက်လာရင်တော့ဖင်ပြောင်းမဲ့ကွက်ကြီး
And Kerrigan is at the bottom of the pit, and he's shifted into this position.
သူကတက်တော့ထားလားဟဲ့လုံးနေလားမဟုတ်ဘူး B2 တယ်မဟုတ်ဘူး B2 ဟိုဘက်မှာပီတာလို့နေခေါ်ပြပါပီတာဟာပီတာဘာဖြစ်လဲပီတာတဲ့ပီတာတဲ့ဘာလဲ
All right, Kerrigan. How long do
ဒါလေးနဲ့
you hold it? Just waiting to see if there's anybody else.
I mean, it's an AWPer. You know he's not just going to like swing his head around for no reason, especially in pit.
So you can just keep holding. Okay, go up, get close. Oh!
ဟာ
That's the worst thing.
ကလက what are you doing
That's why you
မျိုးလုံးမကျဲတယ် what the fuck ဟိုလက်ပြောရတယ်ဟာကလကအာ
He does swing around.
ဟာရ body လက်ဟာရအေးဒီဘဒီရောဘီပြီးပြီလေငါအိပ်ပြီလေ what the fuck are you doing man လက်ပြောရတယ်ချက်ချင်းဟိုကောင်ကြီးကနားနဲ့ထိုးတက်လိုက်တာမဟုတ်ကွာဖင်ရားနေတယ်ခေါင်းတွေပါတော့ပြစ်နေသေးတယ်စောင်းရေစောင်းပဲပေါက်သွားတယ်ပြည့်တယ်ဘကိုပဲကြည့်ပြဘကိုပဲပြအောင်မလားဖက်တယ်ချစ်ဆုံး
turn it into a comeback and a 3D Max win.
မမတော့တောက်မခံနိုင်တောက်ခံနိုင်ပြတယ်သူမပြတော့လား
Then you do get a graffiti.
I double dog.
ဟိုဒီပဲပြောင်းကြည့်မယ်လေချစ်ဆုံး
I don't think we can make graffitis for fails. I think that's 2BM.
But if it has such a great amount of cultural impact.
It's way 2BM. Oh my lord.
တားနဲ့ထိုးနေတာပြီးပြီးကလာကဆိုင်ဟဲ့လိုအပ်ခဲ့ပြီး
That is rough.
F4 ကကောင်းတစ်ချက်တည်းတည်မတည်ဘူးလားအပြဿနာတွေအဲ့ဒါတွေ
Missed. You hit the dink
ဟော
first.
လက်
and
ပြော
then
သွား
I know. Yeah.
little panic and Maka just great reactions from Maka rather. So
I don't even know if I can say great reactions.
ဘယ်ကတက်လိုက်ပြီးနေပြီကွာကလကချီးပြောင်းတော့
You have no conscious
မက
understanding.
nose ကိုတော့မဟုတ်တော့ quiz ကိုနေလက်ပြတာ
He's like, guys,
တော်တော်မြင်နေပြောမှာ
I killed Kerrigan.
I have to watch it again. No, he did the dink.
ကောင်းကင်ဝါအောက်ရောက်သွားတာ
Aim punch. The aim punch. Great composure.
Great composure.
Yeah, dude.
Fantastic composure
well
from
done.
Kerrigan.
Yeah, that's good.
He didn't
I
break
think most of
anything.
us would have smashed everything. He actually got aim punched. Oh, Kerrigan. All right. Well, it doesn't matter if they just bounce back and win this round, right?
Yeah.
What's going on တိုက်တဲ့တိုက်ပွဲအကုန်ပြမှာနော်
He got me.
အဲ့ဒါကြိုးအိတ်ထားလိုက်တော့မှာ
Well, they got plenty of
ဒီနေ့
chances
အိတ်
to
တယ်
recover
အိတ်တယ်
that-
ကြီး
that
နိုးတော့
silver
ချစ်နိုင်ကွဲလောက်
situation.
ဖားသားယူတကားထားပိတ်ပြီးခဏနေညမအိမ်ပေါ်တက်လာကိုကြီးကမိတ်ကက်လိမ့်နေရမှာလူတွေများနေလို့တဲ့
Failures.
မိတ်ကက်နေလူများတယ်သူကပါတယ်ဒီဘွဲယူတဲ့နေလေခဏတော့ထိုင်မင်းတော့တဲ့အေး
Such a good game on an individual
ခဏတော့
level
ထိုင်ကြည့်
until
ပြီး
that
ပြီး
sequence.
ခဏအိတ်ဖို့ထပ်ကြိုးစားတနိုင်နှစ်နိုင်လောက်ကြတော့အဖေါ်လာဆောင်ပြီးပါအောင်ဘွဲသွားယူမလို့တဲ့အဖေါ်တော့ဆောင်ည6နိုင်စီအိတ်လို့လည်းမရမှာ
Too much longer. So
Jacob's probably
ဘိုးကြီးဇာဦးကြတော့မကကြမလို့သခင်ကြီးကိုစပုတ်ထားလာ
and so Jacob, that's your job. All right. If you see an AWPer,
Possible, yeah.
kill him immediately.
Yeah.
Use the knife. Well, twists.
Let's go
Player's gonna be coming up towards him. Oh, Frozen gets blinded. Oh, Frozen stays alive though. Brokey with a kill through the smoke.
Yeah, it saved his life.
Oh, call it the Frozen save my life word.
Maka going for no scopes through the smoke.
Rookie ပြည့်တဲ့ကြအာမြောက်ကလုံးမာတာနဲ့ကြောက်ပြည့်နေ
Down to 16 HP, but it's a 2v3, and once you get that bomb planted in B, there's always a chance to win it.
Yeah, well, there's a flank coming in as well. That's going to be from the tunnels. Nade coming in, doesn't land on the mark. Low HP, back a platform for Lucky. Jacob's taking his time wheeling in, but now he spots in.
Oh,
Good shot.
Chico.
Good luck, Mako. 1v3 and out of ammunition. Nothing to
ကောင်းနေဟေ့အောင်
down.
ရှေးဟိုရတဲ့ကြ
Series, Dust 2 is done.
ဒီရင်ပုတ်တွေတူမလို့လည်းမရပါဘူးရပုတ်တွေလည်းနာပြီးဖက်ကော
Didn't feel like 3 Max were really
Oh,
in that
Jenny,
game.
yeah.
It looked like they were getting the start they hoped for, Jason, but
We
in the
FaZe.
end, it's FaZe to take control of Dust 2 and
အဲ့ဖက်ကောဖက်တဲတဲတော့ကြံခဲ့ရမှာပဲ
land on Inferno.
I watch his own. What the? Look here, man. I'm just put it. Okay, brother. Brother, I'm okay, brother. Chachi do the cheetah. What do you say? You do it, just on. No? Get the idea, man. No, we have a trip, maybe. Can't I know? Each year, yeah, each year. Good man, you know.
Was it the coach noticing that you didn't feel comfortable, or was it like a mutual
That
agreement
I
between
know?
the team?
Did you see you? Yeah, shit, boy.
Absolutely. I mean, we'll see how it goes in this best of 3. Good luck. See you on the server.
Spirit, Furia, Vitality.
Good night.
Who else?